I'm late! We gotta do the thing! I am very lucky that I've never had a need to go to this fast travel point, because it is right on top of it. Oh, dear God. Horribly lucked out on that one.
Seriously? But, Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
Oh, you want to try and do a 5s? Oh, that'd be cool. Especially if you can somehow make the LEDs work.
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
We are indeed talking cosplays. Yeah, Neil, I'm not sure how much overlap it'll have with Ryder, but
Well,
Subby's done some cool cosplays.
I'm afraid you'll have to come up with something on your own.
He may have
Take
some
it
hot
from me.
strats for
Sometimes
you.
you just have to let things go. Same goes for this film festival.
Oh, we're in France.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh.
Film festival. Is it Cannes?
Hey, isn't it Xavier?
Are we gonna help
So
out
he's
with
back
Cannes?
in Fontaine now. Xavier!
Oh, why, if it isn't the dear Traveler and Paimon. I really didn't
Oh.
expect to bump into you here at this time.
Oh, am I? I'm supposed to know this person. That's funny, game. That's very bold of you to assume I would remember this man.
Well, I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times and is no longer able to provide the promised amount of funds.
Can't you just find a different investor?
Unfortunately,
Helped him
that's
film a
not how
movie
it
at
works.
Inazuma? Oh,
We
God,
had
I do
signed an
remember that.
agreement specific to the Fontanalia
I don't
Film
think that
Festival,
quest was even voice acted. Also,
stipulating
yeah,
that
you
I
heard how they
cannot work
pronounced
with
his
any
name,
other
right?
investors until the festival is finished.
Yeah, why did they try to French it up? I'm
Fontanalia
pretty
Film
sure Xavier is
Festival?
not like a traditional French name, right?
Oh, is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival? Then allow me to fill you in. The
I
Fontanalia
was gonna
Festival
comment on
was
that.
established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids, and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique
Should be a
laws
J, not
and
an X.
trials.
Javier,
It's
yeah.
one of the most important festivals for this nation.
But what's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
No, that's my face. I'm trying to remember who this guy is.
Ah, I was
It
just
can
trying
be,
to
but that's
recall
not the
the
French
exact
pronunciation
description from
either,
the
Rip.
books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics. I usually try to recite things straight from the source.
Well, either way,
Yeah,
I
it's the
like
same
what
thing
you
with
get to
it's the
now.
same thing with
It's just
Nuviat.
like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lima.
How like it is actually a proper
Yes,
French name.
those are festivals
but
of a
it's
similar
Nuviat.
variety. Who
Instead,
doesn't
they
like
just
a
say
good festival?
Nouvellette,
And just like
certain
those
characters
of other nations,
like try to
Fontaine
French
will
it
hold
up.
a plethora of events around
Nouvellette.
this time each year.
Even though
To
that's
commemorate the
not
Loch
the correct way to
Knights,
French it up.
people will imitate them by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and going door to door asking for pure water. But a few years ago, Lady Farina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
Really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
Okay.
The whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids. Every year, you can hear a bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
Oh, it's
that sounds pretty
Halloween?
fun. But how does that connect back to the film festival you mentioned?
Ah, yes, it appears
We
I've
finally get a
strayed off
Halloween
topic.
event, and it's in France.
I just got too excited after
and
seeing
it's
you.
combined with
Let me get
Cannes.
back to the point. The Fontanalia Film Festival is an event
Sure.
proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year.
And this event was
Now
released
that
around
film
Christmas
technology
time.
has matured as a medium, it's the perfect time to introduce
I was gonna
more
say, I don't think
people to the art
France
form.
even has like traditional
During this
Halloween
time,
the same way we do, right?
people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
The what award?
The Farina Award, I
The
want it.
Farina Award. You know, after the Hydro Archon.
Oh my God,
they
it's a
coined
fucking
it while
Oscar.
Lady Farina was still in power, but even though things have changed,
It's an
no
Oscar,
one has
but
made
with
any
Farina.
motion to update the name.
Outstanding.
Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate name. Even though she isn't the Hydro Archon any longer, Lady Farina is still Fontaine's superstar.
I wonder if you can, one, even
Anyone
do this
with
event
eyes can see the way she
before
shines
finishing
on
the main
stage.
plot.
Huh. Alright.
And if you can, I wonder if the dialogue changes.
Put it that way.
Oh, but who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who
Yeah, it's
traveled
kind of
all the
insane that
way
we never
here
got
from
like a full-on
Inazuma.
Halloween event,
Chiori?
given some of the characters in leeway, right?
Sounds familiar. Where have we heard that name before?
We got one in Star Rail with what's it called? We kind of got one in Star Rail with the Huahua event, but Genshin not so much. Bye bye, Balin. You have a good one.
Yes, that's her.
I'll be wishing. I'll be
asked her
hoping
to
that you get
oversee the
you
event's
get
art
lucky
direction,
on the
including
site.
the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Rap battle between Hu Tao and Furina.
Remembers now? Navia said that her clothes were designed by
Only if they
Chiori,
actually
and
sync up her
Kirara's
singing with
outfit
the music
too.
properly this time.
How to describe her? Well, she tends to be pretty direct and can be very forceful when it comes to dealing with people. The fashion world in Fontaine has dubbed her the Thundering Seamstress. Her remarkable designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma.
Oh my god,
Anyway,
the French are becoming
Chiori
weebs.
is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get
Also
such
new
an
Inazuma character,
international
apparently?
cast for the film.
That's
she
rare.
really is a kind soul.
Who are the actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
Usually when new characters get introduced from previous regions, the only ones that are allowed to get new characters are China. Very, very few characters have gotten retroactively added to nations that weren't from China.
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to
The
welcome
French are
them?
the second biggest consumers of manga in the world.
Judging from the time, the Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
Yeah, Mika and Kirara. Took me a minute to remember her name. I was like, is that her name? Her name's Kirara. Oh god, Jesus! Oh, this is a fancy-ass menu. What the? Is this just to, like, unlock all the mini-games? Oh, yeah, it is, okay. No, we don't care about this. What kind of title is that? The crack of muskets breaks the silence. I know France. This is France, but Revolution is not on the menu. Petite Lumière. Petite Lumière. Small light. Oh, God. No, I want to know where's plot. Those are minigames. There we go. It's fucking Davis small light. Gonna pass a candy stone from pure frustration. There's one fucking NPC I've been helping on a daily quest to like do commissions without having to actually do commissions, and I'm never sure of the pronunciation. I'm not sure if it's Benoit or Benoit, but it's the same name as that one infamous wrestler. What's the pronunciation on that name? So I don't sound like a jackass saying this any more than I already am. Benoit. Okay, all right, I was close. Yeah, there's a character named Benoit Leroy, which Doesn't sound right. How the fuck do those shoes work? Excuse me! Excuse me! She has no heels! Did y'all see that?
Miss
She's just
Chiori?
perpetually stuck on her tippy toes.
Your talk with the investor sure went fast.
She is in
The
constant
Aquabus
pain.
hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Jesus,
allow me
lady.
to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Please.
Those shoes are literally impossible.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Her design is very earthy. I don't know how to feel about it.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched
Benoit
her high
Leroy.
social station as the demoiselle.
That would make sense for the name.
So tell
Yeah,
me,
but it's spelled
what
Leroy like
happened?
the American way.
I can tell the
Like
conversation
I
didn't
had
go
a
quite as
childhood friend named
expected.
Leroy.
Ah, well, it's like this.
Leroy. Yeah.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
And therein lies the
You
problem.
had a Leroy Leroy.
Yes, but just put yourself
Neil,
in
I
my
have
shoes.
mentioned many
After obtaining
times
such
that
an
I had a
excellent
childhood friend
script,
named Leroy.
it's only natural that I would want
He's
to
the
make
one
the
who passed
most of
away
the
a couple
film.
years ago.
The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Yeah, I don't think you were around when that happened,
We
so
might
understandable.
be able to help scrounge up some more
But
together
I've
for
definitely
you.
mentioned him before.
Oh,
It's
thank
another
you,
excuse for
Paimon.
Candy
That
Stone
means
anger.
a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on.
The
What's
guy with the
happened has
brain
already
tumor?
happened, and there's no changing it.
No.
But now's not the time to give up.
What?
I
You're
don't
saying
have a
that
friend with
you
a
have
brain
plan?
tumor.
No, that's
I have
not
a friend
what
with
I mean.
narcolepsy, and
I'm
I have a
simply
friend with
saying I
a
wouldn't give up just
a
yet.
terrible heart condition.
The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
But a brain tumor, not so much. Oh no, she's in her terrible French outfit.
Really? Then where do you live?
We Melusines live in Mercy Village.
You're the friend with
The only way
narcolepsy.
to
You're
enter
not. But
is
funny
from
coincidence that I have two of those in my life, yeah.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day,
Yeah, I think I
right?
mentioned that when you
And
first
you
told us that you
spent
had
all
that
that
subby,
week
yeah.
just to go
My friend James.
You're
Back in
so
back in
thoughtful.
DC.
But some Melusines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's
He
so
had
much
it to the
more
point that he couldn't
convenient.
drive or work anymore.
This is our stop.
Hi,
Oh,
Chris
you've
Happy.
arrived. But I haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet.
Water Dimitri.
I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way.
Blue
Everything
Auto.
you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much.
I make fun of
usually
that
working
Ayaka
here
outfit,
on
but
the
it's alright.
Succubus, So I hope I'll have the chance to
It's
see
kind
you
of cute.
again.
It just wasn't enough.
There are
It's
still
kind of cute.
many
It just
more
wasn't cute
places
enough
I'd
for me to
like
pay
introduce
$30
to
for
you.
it. However much it cost. Same with Jean's summer outfit. I don't have that one either.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
Ah, it's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence!
Right,
Ayaka and I were
laugh at
just
for its
talking
cringe, but
about
for
you on the
asshole
way
behavior
here.
towards every movie.
I'm
Oh
also
god,
here
is
for
it that bad?
We just ran into Xavier earlier
Jesus.
and came over with him.
Xavier?
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady
God.
Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
Yeah, if there is any country or dialect where, like, that is a correct pronunciation for that name, by all means, let me know in the comments or whatever. Because I'd love to know.
about that. I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was making
What name
preparations
this
for the
guy?
film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you. So
Paimon
I could
just
only
pronounced
keep
it
you in the back of
Xavier.
my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this?
I'm just glad it's
Why
them
don't we
and
go
not
to Hotel
NPCs.
de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Kind of in Spanish, the very few people were called Xavier and not
Did you
Javier.
reserve
Yeah, I
two
was gonna
spots
say, yeah,
for
like
us, too?
with a J, like it's kind of proper.
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell
French
the
X
boss
does
to
sound
serve
like
a
a Z,
few
but you
more
have to add a G
delicious
sound to it,
dishes
like in
just to
Gunner
make sure
Grill.
there'll be enough
Ah.
food.
Very well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
They need to start coming out with more outfits more frequently. It's sad that only Ayaka has her vacation
Wow.
clothes.
The buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Yoimiya being here will also help with my mood. I like Yoimiya. She's Pinkie Pie. She's sunny. I don't know how they expect me to get up there, but I'm just gonna cheat. France is confusing. Confusing and big.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in
Hey,
Inazuma.
Manana.
How should I describe
Just still
it?
pissed off over the
Seems like you
incident
have to go
yesterday
through
with
more
Yakuza.
steps to make them. And the
On
flavor has
top
many
of
layers too.
not sleeping well.
Ah, yes. When I first
not-
went to
not being able to
Inazuma,
go,
I
visit
actually
my,
thought the food there
visit
tasted a
my
little too
sister as a
bland.
result.
It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this
Feeling
trip
bad
for a
about
moment, shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Two
Originally,
Musketeers.
I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
You know, I know a
Well,
contract expert.
I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to
We
court,
can get his
I'm
ass
afraid
easily.
it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Just a few horrible examples
Mr.
of things
Xavier.
Can did.
If Ayaka and I were willing to
Gave an
perform
award
for
to a
free,
convicted rapist.
would that
Outstanding.
resolve the problem you are currently facing?
What? No,
People
out
won
of
the
the
award for best
question.
animation. They
To
got it
have you
dedicated
come
to
all
people who
this
passed
way
early
just
from
to
COVID
act
or
for
health
free?
issues.
Oh, no, that won't
Manga
do.
was based on the support of the movie.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier.
The host decided
My
to
brother
mock
and
them
I
for
had
their lengthy
actually intended
dialogue
to
and
work
played
for
music
free
over their
after
heartfelt
receiving your
monologue.
invitation.
Outstanding! So yeah, just like the Game Awards.
Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural
Yeah, that's
ties
fucked.
with other nations. we didn't have many collaborations.
Oh, like
projects
Looney
with
Tunes, like
Fontaine in the
actual,
past.
like,
So we
oh,
hope
that's
this trip
fucked.
would serve as a good start for the future.
Not even at least
Indeed.
classical music or some shit
You
like
could
the
say
like the
that's the
Oscars.
real reason why the Ashura
Clown
Commission
music.
agreed to come to Fontaine.
Yeah, fuck
I
that.
understand,
That's evil.
but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
I could just give you the
Come
money,
on
dog.
now,
I ain't
you
using it
to
on
go
nothing
that
else.
far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
Now you're imagining Looney Tunes moving to go for
You are
George
too
Takei.
kind, all of you. I really don't know how to.
Oh, that's some. I should watch that again. I was
Alright,
talking
enough
about
about
it
that.
recently.
Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are
I should
willing
watch
to act
the
for
roast
free,
of William
I
Shatner.
think we will be able to make this happen.
Some funny ass George
So,
Takei
instead
stuff.
of Mora, you'll
Been,
help with
been
filming
like a decade
and
since I've watched
production.
that all the way through.
Oh, but how can we help with that?
Very, very good
We
roast.
don't know much about making a film.
All right, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open
that's not where they
positions
begin
left
the
among the
music.
crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally
Video not
wanted to
available.
personally serve as
Aw.
director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will
weird.
also need to be filled.
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support
Maybe
person
maybe it's
do,
a
but
regional
what's
thing.
a clapper loader?
I'll turn
The
my
clapper
VPN. I'll
loader is
try turning my
responsible for using
VPN
the
on later
clapper
and give it
board
another
to
try.
record
Sonny.
and organize the information of each shot. When the camera operator
Unless you can find
begins
something
shooting,
else. I'd try
the
it
work
right now, but I
requires
think
both patience
messing with my
and
VPN
careful
makes the
attention to
stream cut out for a
detail.
second,
A clapper?
and I'd rather not have to re-upload.
Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Yes,
I have one
that's
of
right.
those.
Are you interested?
It came with
in
my
that job?
deluxe box set of
For
home
sure,
movies
Paimon's
on DVD.
always wanted to try that.
All right, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics. What do you think, Xavier?
Oh, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Oh, she's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of
I'm
during
gonna make
our
this
journey.
shit look like a Zack Snyder movie, and you can't stop me.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job? Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend.
Is
Let me
that a
give
good
you
or bad
big, warm
thing?
hug.
Making it look like a Zack Snyder movie? It's a good thing in my opinion.
So all that's left for us to find is a director and an
I don't even
assistant.
like that many of his movies, but I genuinely have a lot of respect for
no,
Zack Snyder as
I
a
want to be the
director.
director's assistant.
From a
All we
pure
need to do is
from a
help
from
the
a pure
director, right?
visual
I can handle
standpoint.
that.
All right,
I think he
then
makes
all
very
we need is a
interesting looking
director.
films, if nothing else.
Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Keep talking shit about her, Paimon.
Farina?
Keep doing it.
Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Isn't that the name
gonna
of
fucking
Fontaine's
eat your legs.
Hydro-Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
You wouldn't know since you've barely seen any of his
Yep,
films.
that's
I would love
her.
to do a Zack
She
Snyder
helped
movie
out a
night at some
theater troupe
point.
Not too long ago, and now she's taking
What
up
even
work
is
as a
winning? It was
director.
so long ago we did the poll because of cringe miss. What's winning the poll for next
Well,
movie night?
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you.
Oh, yo, Power Rangers!
She's the best candidate we can think of right now.
Power Rangers is
You'll
winning.
never know
That'll
until
be
you
fun.
give her a shot.
Fine. You're right, Shiori.
Confusing
I'll do anything for the sake
for
of my
anybody
film.
who hasn't
Anything.
actually watched. In the case of the Turbo movie.
Then I'll have to ask the
But
Traveler
fun.
and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Depending
Do you
on
need us to
depending
also
on how
come
long
along?
those movies are.
No,
maybe
there's
we'll
no need to trouble you with this.
do an intermission where we'll watch like
you've
Cars
just
History of
arrived
Power
in
Rangers up
Fontaine,
through
and
Turbo
I'm
or something.
sure there are many places you would like to visit.
Hey,
Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the
no
producer.
worries, it was a low-key announcement.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good
It was
news.
not what I had planned on
I'll
doing
go with
tonight,
you.
but
By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides, the whole thing was our idea in the first place.
no, having me
All
there
right,
might help
then
our
I'll
chances.
start making
You being there is
preparations.
just gonna make her.
As for the gift...
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydra Oricon.
A theory
I
about
wonder
if
what she
I'm
would
being
like.
addicted to Farina, what is it?
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring.
When Paimon
so
was still in
perhaps
her
I should get
Tiana
another
form,
exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Farina stole one of her
Huh?
cupcakes or something.
Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanelli mousse?
Oh, it actually kind of is,
But
yeah.
wouldn't that be a little too
Yeah, like if
cheap?
Paimon really is something
She
fucked up
does
like that, then
desserts,
yeah.
though.
Farina
Fontanelli festival
debated
happening
her,
right now.
technically.
I heard Evil tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets.
Give her
To do
pasta,
something
yeah,
like
she
that,
eats nothing
she
but
must have a
macaroni
real
now.
sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontanelli mousse.
But would
I
that
have her
really
friendship at
be
rank
enough?
10. I could
We'll
literally
be
just
asking
ask
her
her.
to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
2 mooses!
You want something even sweeter than Fontanelli mousse?
Found a bit,
Yes.
hope this one works.
We'll need a
Well,
gift that's
it's considered
sweeter than
disrespectful when
any
the host
dessert
goes.
in the world.
Things can be short, take your time, but not too much. Come on, hurry, bruh.
Your words of praise.
Bruh. Just fear to break the pasta? Probably. What, the HE double hockey sticks is that hairstyle? Who's, Chiori's or someone else? I forget where her apartment is. Not here. Chiori's, yeah. I don't know how to feel about her design. You said someone says she's probably a 4-star, which makes sense. Her design is just a little bland. Happy as I am to see another Geo character. Because Geo is criminally, the treatment of Geo right now in this game is criminal. But, also, we just got Navia, and she's, like, one of the best designs of the game, so... The bar has been set high.
Here, this is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Host literally tried pulling the mic away from them, bruh.
Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Bruh.
Hello. Oh, is that the Traveler in Paimon I see behind you?
Hi, Fiorina.
And
Sorry, yeah, I'm
who's
watching it in the background, so
this?
yeah, I can't understand the
I'm
full. I
Julie.
don't speak French, obviously, but yeah,
The one from Chioria Boutique.
just the
Hello,
disrespect
hello.
counter and the guy's attitude.
So,
Holy
what
shit.
are you all doing here?
Yeah,
do
that's
you
a
need
shit
something?
show.
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know.
Don't you judge her. Sometimes it's hard to sleep. It's hard to sleep, Paimon. Sometimes it is hard to tune out the voices. Be nice, you fucking hussy.
Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels.
Were both
what
of them
does
supposed to
sleeping
slide
in
into
have
the
to do
frame
with
at
the
the end
weather?
like that?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontinalia Moose? It's one of my
500 years of
favorites.
PTSD, by the way.
That's great. So actually,
Being a
there's
conscious
something we need
universal.
your help with.
Exactly.
Given your renowned passion and understanding
sometimes you
of
don't have to
drama,
speak the language to tell
I would
someone's
like
being
to
an
ask
asshole.
that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and she's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it? No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never
I got
really
this,
seen
fam.
you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If she can satisfy you with her camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera.
I have a
Alright,
name.
How about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Whatever you say, Miss Director.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Damn right I am.
Okay, grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Estelle is the boss of the Beaumont workshop and has always been proud of her forging machines. It only controls strength and temperature, but also takes no effort. Let us film a promotional video for her workshop. Remember to emphasize the superiority of her forging machine. Welcome back, Secret. Oh, God. Several shots according to the director's requirements. Compile them into a video. Camera positioning is key. You should ascertain the camera position requirements beforehand. Narration requirements. Select most suitable narration according to the story. Oh, God. Satisfy all the requirements. Selecting all the... Alright. That one. That one. Seems pretty straightforward. Probably gonna get hard if you have like multiple choice narrations at some point or something. The owner. Enjoy. Yep. Weapons are of exquisite quality. Guide if I have one. Or yeah, guide if I need one. Cool, cool. None of these seem to be showing off weapons. Need a scene that shows off the boxes. I figured a close-up of the actual weapons would be better and not just what they're going to be shipped off in, but hey. Go off, Queen. Fancy zoom in. It was a cute little minigame. I'm not sure if like the other minigames are going to be like this, but that's a cute little mechanic. Unless I messed up, in which case, fuck this game. But that seemed pretty straightforward.
Oh, it appears that you have more skill than I thought. All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director for
Not really characters so much as narration, but
Did you
again,
think I would
go off,
agree
Queen.
just like that?
You're the
After
professional.
our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
Deep personal connection to those
well,
boxes?
What about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
We weren't gonna give you any money. Not like you need it.
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervulat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller
Such a
novel
face
that
for
was
this.
a
You love
number
her,
one
and
bestseller?
you give close to notions
so
about Genshin
Farina's
Subby.
read it too.
She's so good.
Of course I read it.
She is the
I've
best written
always
character
had a
in the
keen
game, and it is
interest in
not even
artistic
close.
Works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important
Ace
thing.
Attorney sidekick level of good
It
writing,
reminds
for
me
real.
of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all
The
across
sequel to
the
Three
map.
Musketeers where two of them
I
died.
didn't charge her much for the outfit either.
Jesus.
The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's all right. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know.
Me when I go through
Mr.
literally any
Xavier,
story ever.
If, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Check the
Good.
food in Fontaine
Then
real
I'm free
quick.
to alter the script as I see fit.
Absolutely no
I'm
problem.
not sure if there's any way to, like, isolate food by region. but we can try.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what
Oh,
someone
there's
of my
there's something on the
caliber
wiki. Okay,
deserves.
gotcha.
A great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Thank you, Furina.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming the 2 Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Glorand. But it's already been some time since I
French
last
people
talked to
invented
her.
water.
Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style
Wait,
is
the French
quite
people want-
different
just
from
would
that
have
of
that
the
whole thing happening
characters
in
in
the
the story.
song.
Could we ask the
Jesus.
Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running
that
a
how that
business
name's
means dealing with
pronounced?
some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions.
I don't know if that's how that
In
name's
return,
supposed to
I've
be
helped
pronounced
her handle a
either.
few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other
You
over
think I know
time.
someone who's an expert with
So
muskets?
you're
How
saying there's
foolish!
been times when the
I met a
Special
guy on
Patrol needed a
Discord. Let me give
fashion
you him-
designer
let me
to
give him a
handle
call.
a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough.
Yeah, there's
She
still
is
no
a
log in this
captain
game.
after all.
Chevreuse, yeah.
I have no objections.
But I imagine the
Yeah,
Special
that's how they
Security
said it.
and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
We have to
Well,
meet the new playable
it just
character,
so happens
sir.
that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know
not pronounced
to
like
see if they'd
fucking
be willing to
chartreuse.
act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I'm very happy she's still on the Macaroni
Ask for
kick.
the Clapper Loaders commentary, Paimon.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
The idea of
By the
Furina
way,
of
I'm
staying up
curious.
until 3 o'clock in the
If
morning playing
my
video games
pay
and
is
eating
so
Kraft
low,
mac and cheese.
Then what about
its own
our
reward.
two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Just wanted to remind you all that I'm not a god. Nope, not anymore.
Besides the macaroni, I should also pick up some tomato sauce.
A simple girl. It's just gonna keep yelling at me until I do the mini games. Stay mad, then.
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her!
Does she actually need that eye patch, or is she like official?
She seems kinda intimidating.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's
No actual
working
baguette
now,
in
so
France.
you might not want to
Let's
get
think
in
it's
her
garlic
way.
bread, fish and chips,
Working?
onion rings, and
But
motherfucking
isn't she just
haggis
standing there
is
reading a
angering you
novel?
so much. And fruit
Just
jelly that looks
trust
like
me.
yummy squares, but it's just orange slices in a jar.
Alright, let's see what
I'm
happens
so
then.
sorry they did this to your culture,
Chiori
Subby.
sure is a mysterious person. She
They made up for
claims
it by
just
having
to
the
be
best
a
story by
fashion
far in the
designer,
game.
but she knows all these powerful
But was it worth the
people.
cost? I don't know.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more
VTuber
so in
person?
the
Who's the
competitive
VTuber
world
person?
of fashion. Even a local like me, just trying to make a film, has to face all
Does
kinds
someone else in
of
this game have eye patch
challenges.
and I just forgot?
So I can only imagine what Chiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
Oh,
I
hi,
see.
Erica Lindbeck.
How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager
captain
he's
with
going
the
to
eye
make the wrong
patch.
choice.
Oh,
Any way to
Kaya,
speed
duh,
things up?
duh. Oh my god.
There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't
How did I
depend on
forget
me.
Kaya
It
exists?
all
Holy
comes down
shit.
to what the character chooses.
A choose your own
Which is
adventure enjoyer.
exactly why I'm here to help.
I appreciate how serious she sounds, even though she's fucking reading a book.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know.
Are you using
Don't give me
books
that
as an
act.
excuse to
You
sell
won't be able to
doobies?
get off so easily either. I am Chevret, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
Oh, I like her.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with
Dude,
this.
you're making it too obvious.
What, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Bruh.
Save it for the interrogation room.
Oh, you are both terrible at this.
Take them away, Letelier.
Don't do doobies, kids, and especially don't do
What's
dictionary
going on
doobies.
here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards
It's great
have been
that
busy
she's
collecting
dressed like
the
a
remaining
human
synth
female
still circulating
pom-pom,
on the market.
and yet is
Thanks to
apparently
a tip from our
channeling a
reliable source
pom-pom as
here,
seen in
this should be the
Locha's
very
sub-story.
last batch.
Oh, so
Mob
you were
boss.
pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
I hate you, Paimon.
Hey, I'm Chevraz. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
Why didn't you just arrest them right off the bat? 'Cause she wanted to read a book, man.
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevraz. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevraz's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Why is everyone so
Yeah, I
small
know.
in this universe?
I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once.
Because they're kawaii anime girls or something.
Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Even though a lot of the characters,
you see, it's
like in the case of these two, they both seem older. So it's weird that they use like the shorter female body type
The
and not
two
the adult body
Musketeers.
type.
You certainly have a good eye for a story.
The Gene model, basically.
So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer
There's no
for the actors?
consistency.
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
There is none.
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Huh? Just like that.
Awkward.
Really? You're willing to help
would
us with our
dance.
humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager
Kawaii
and
Paul
lighting technician to get everything
Blart.
ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Is that what we're gonna call her?
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish.
Is that her
Still,
new name?
I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Guess that's it for today then.
Better than human pom-pom, I guess. Because people like
Traveler,
Dusk
Paimon,
insist that
please
she
stay
doesn't
for a
look
moment.
like him.
I have something to tell you.
Even though she really cut it
Then I'll
Dusk.
take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our
Musketeers,
first
mall
day fishing
cop,
our
same
producer out of
difference.
the fountain.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, she's fun. Shit, I'm gonna have to try and pull for her. Do I have... Oh my god, I'm so broke. I'm so broke! Oh, Navia, why did you have to be such a bitch to come home? I'll have enough for like 1 or 2 10 pulls. Maybe I'll get
So
lucky.
what did you want to tell us, Chef?
Maybe this chick'll be nice.
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
A bit.
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle
It's
to
so
survive
over.
together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where
At
their
least
mother
I'll be able to
worked as
save
a
up over
maid.
the lantern,
The
right?
two were illegitimate children that the baron had with
Because
the
I really
maid,
don't
so
think
they
I
were
care
never
about
treated well
human
by
cloud
anyone.
retainer.
One day,
Or,
upon returning
or,
home, they
gaming.
found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was
I
quite
know it's supposed
evident
to be
that the culprits were
Gomming,
the other
but
members of the Baron's household, who never
localization
had any
fucked up.
kind words to say to them.
So
However,
his name is
the Baron
Gaming.
was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice.
The only cop you
The two siblings
respect is
decided to flee
Bob
and someday avenge their mother.
Oh
Many
my
years
God.
later, members of the Baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The Baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their
I'm looking
abilities
at
to
the,
collect
the
evidence
new,
and
the new
clues before
pre-season
executing their
announcement.
plan and exacting revenge on the Baron. Their actions let the truth
I
behind
don't
their
quite
mother's
know what
death
I'm
be
looking
known
at.
to all.
That's quite an
Seems like it might have
exhilarating story.
a kind of funny gimmick.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil
Sounds like
deeds,
an AU of
and justice was
Cookie,
able to prevail.
A little bit.
It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so
A
is
little
that why
bit.
you were so willing to join our crew, Chevras?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh,
You saw that
mean
earlier
there were
secret,
other
yeah.
reasons too?
I've read the reports about you.
Yeah, designs
Whether
look
it was
alright,
at
and the
the
gimmick seems
trials or
kind of
when
funny.
you lent your
But
hand
I
to
would like to
resolve our
watch the one
nation's
with
crisis.
the
You've
Venti in
shown
it
that
first.
you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
Well, thank you. Please don't make me play that logic deduction minigame. I hate that thing.
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving Muskets. The perpetrator's
female
methods
traveler
appear to
is
be very
5'1".
similar to what is described in the novel.
Chevra seems shorter.
Really?
Maybe
I
2 inches
didn't
with
see
high
anything
height with
about
that big
that in
cat.
today's
That makes her
papers.
5 foot at most.
The Marechaussee
You
Phantom
could put
hasn't
your
yet
foot
released any
over
information
it.
to the public because the
Outstanding.
investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms?
I'm based
Not many people use those in Fontaine, right?
The mechanics of Ace Attorney investigations were fine, even if I don't like the first game very much. No, like there's that, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like that weird deduction minigame where you like have to click around on the thought bubbles to deduce stuff that they introduced back in Sumeru at one point, I think during like, I think it was first used during Nilu's Quest, which doesn't exist. I forget where though. Yeah, that game's really bad. Like I still have no idea how to actually play that game. Like every time I've done it, it's been trial and error.
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the
Investigation
weapons had
one's
been
thing.
fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon. However,
We can pick up a toss with no
well,
effort.
that's all I can disclose about the case
Even
today.
the tall male models are twinks.
What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some
Most
shut-eye.
of us could bench press
You
these
can decide
people.
tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail. Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I don't want people to see Muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
Understandable.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request, nothing more. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler?
Already been
you're right.
quite a day.
Hyman's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right
Her
choice
design's
is
actually
right there
really
in
nice.
front of you.
When it first leaked, I thought that she had a little too much going on. And she still kind of does, but I think the only issue is the hair. Like, I actually really dig her outfit, and I like the big hat and whatnot. I think I honestly think just making her hair purple may have been a mistake. Because it doesn't really, Doesn't really look that great with the rest of her her color palette. Take a quick 30-minute break to wash up, Neo. No worries. I didn't actually look at the time. I'll probably have to skip ahead more.
To meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going.
Will she be an anime girl without her quirky purple hair? If they had to give her purple hair, then they should have made her... one of the things on her needed to be more muted. Either her outfit needed to be more saturated, or like black, or a darker color palette, something. Either her hair or her outfit needed to be darker, or they needed to be more complementary colors. Highly saturated red along with highly saturated purple doesn't really work.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Marmonia. I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture. So I rode the aqua bus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there. 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together. You've already seen them, right? Yeah, those two. Amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, I had to fight them like 20 million times. Between grinding for Navi
We
and
sat
grinding
and watched
for,
for quite a while. It
who else
was
needed material
mesmerizing.
from them?
Like we
Linny, I
could keep
think?
watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them, too.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach. Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater. I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves. At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
Yeah, I do wish we could have seen that scene too, yeah.
So I had no doubt we
Chris
could do
Hackney
it
and
too.
Ray Chase in the same
That helped
scene.
me feel at ease as soon as we dove in.
Yo.
The underwater world in Fontaine truly is
Real shit.
beautiful. I love seeing the romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade.
Now we just need to get
Whoosh.
Robbie Damon
Oh,
in this
and
game.
those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh,
Kinda shocked it hasn't
Hunter's
happened
rays
already.
and blubber beasts.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear
Just
about
Daddy
this.
and Wet
They
Dimitri
probably
in
won't
the
believe
same
a word
room.
I say.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aqua bus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up
I
today,
drift
I
too,
remembered
night carried by the
that we'd all be
waves.
shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others,
We're here. Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Jesus.
Wait, 6 miles?
But will he be Pleasant Boy or Unhinged, Ralphie? You know it's a tight cast, but you would prefer Unhinged. You would be
I
both.
heard you all chatting, so I decided to
I
come
only
down.
prefer Unhinged,
I
Robbie,
sure could
because he's
use
so
some of
gosh
that
darn
endless
good at it.
energy everyone else has.
If he
Good morning,
stops
everyone.
being good at it, he can be Pleasant Boy more often.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar.
You don't
Sure.
want more
I'd
sugar?
be happy to do that for you.
That's insane. Are you
No,
feeling okay?
You can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. Ugh, the last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
She has too much sugar, the demons are eyes.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
I was gonna say, yeah, she sounded so
Well,
offended
I
at the
was
coffee
biggest star
stain
in all of
thing.
Fontaine, after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
What is this POV shot? What?
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director and the aroma of coffee feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Really? That's great!
He is really
only
looking
had to
forward
threaten
to
him a
our
little.
film, and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers.
Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce our new members. This
NPC
is
number
our prop
1
manager,
and NPC
Veronique.
number 2.
She'll be in charge of all the film's props and items. And this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Wow. Sure feels like we have some real professionals joining the crew now.
First of all, please allow me to first express my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew. When my
Well, that's a
investor
shot more
informed me
cinematically
yesterday
because
that he
film
wouldn't be able
festival,
to provide
maybe,
the
yeah.
funds, I really thought
They've
that
been
this was
messing around
the
with
nail
like
in
the
the
camera
coffin
angles
for
and
this
stuff
film.
like that a lot more
I
lately in
had
general.
no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange between Fontaine and Inazuma.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible.
Got
This
a
is
cold,
not
so
just
went to
my
bed
film.
early,
It
understandable
also
still.
embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to pour into it. So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers will officially begin filming now!
Yatta!
You may take
Not
it
an
from here,
NPC.
Director
I was
Farina.
gonna say, I'm not sure which one he's talking about. If he meant Javier, not really.
All right.
Z-
Listen
sorry,
up,
Xavier.
everyone.
Terrible.
The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene.
The heck?
Our
Oh, you do mean
lead
Xavier.
actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa. Seems Farina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches. All right, Cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine.
I hope she gets some one-on-one time with you and Mia at some point.
The kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
She has crippling PTSD.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that.
Ah, haha, that's so funny, Paimon. Fuck you.
Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to help.
Let Yoimiya talk to her. Yoimiya's Sunny. I trust Yoimiya to treat her like a human being. Real fashion. God, the Lightspeed Rescue uniforms were so cool.
I
You okay,
don't
honey?
need any help here. Why don't you try asking someone else?
Just checking on ya.
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine.
She may also make her an
The lighting
arsonist.
is kind
No,
of like designing a
Kokomi
fireworks
is the
show.
arsonist.
It's interesting to imagine what kind of
Yoimiya
atmosphere
is a
the lights will
professional.
create.
You can trust her.
I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader, right? Those roles are just perfect for the two of you.
Multiple people can be arsonists.
Really? Is that because
I don't
it'll
believe
be
you.
easy for Paimon to hold the
Only one
clapperboard
person in
while
every
flying?
country in Genshin can be an arsonist at the same
Sure,
time.
there's that, but that's not exactly what I meant. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack.
Stop implying that I have any kind of actual connection with Paimon.
Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yoimiya, we need lights over there, too.
Oh, on it! I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting to see so many people working together to bring the film to life.
This is
like
all the
Yoimiya's
merch
really
release
getting
for
into
Cosmic Fury.
But
God.
she was right. We do have a super close bond, don't we?
And none of them even got released in the UK, apparently.
Paimon's really happy to hear that.
Ooh, artwork. Thank you, Stu. Feed me.
So this is what a musket looks like.
Oh, so this
Not
is a
exactly.
gun. She's a Virgil clone. She wouldn't know what a gun is.
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great
Oh,
friends when you were
more.
kids.
Beautiful.
No talking.
Love the colors.
I'm thinking
on that
about how
one.
to do your eyeshadow.
Ah, yes. To help me really look the part.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you
Just
saying
don't
the
dye my
wrinkles
hair
around
blonde.
my eyes are too deep?
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
Keep an eye on this one. She's smart. She knows. She knows he's got the gene.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you
Yes,
really haven't
wrinkles.
changed much.
Yep. There's I forget, it was so long ago at this point, but I remember back when he first released, somebody like did the math based on some dialogue, and it does not translate to his model at all. But somebody did the math like based on some lore stuff at one point between him and Ayaka, and figured out that apparently Ayaka was supposed to be like fucking almost 40 years old or some shit. I'm pretty sure that's not true. I don't know. I would have to find the post again and check their math or whatever. But I remember seeing some shit like that back when he first came out.
Quiet.
The Iraqi jeans. I was thinking more jeans of the tree fucker variety. But hey, still go for him. I think most of us would.
This is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images.
Furina is like 500,
When we're
yeah.
filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle,
Where
which
do you
will
think
help
auto
create the
cotton?
flash and
Fair.
smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the recoil.
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be added in post-production.
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now.
30 at most in your mind, as
However, the musket's
I'd be a
gears
little
and
more willing
firing
to
pin could
believe
still
that.
use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be
In
sure
fact,
to rub
that
the
may have
muskets
been
with
what
some
I'm
oil
thinking
each
of.
time before we start shooting.
Like I
That'll
said, I
give
can't
impression
remember the
that
exact
firearms
numbers
have
or
been well
logic behind
maintenanced.
it. I just remember it was a
Good
lot
point.
higher than he looks.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres.
And no character
I
in this
assume you use
game
these
looks
types
like
of
they're older, a
firearms on
day over
regular
20.
basis?
Generally speaking.
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I also
Ayato
perform
is Kamen
similar
Rider
care for
Wizard.
my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where it
I've
feels
been
like
thinking
a
about
natural
Wizard a lot
extension
lately.
of my body.
I saw a
Yes.
repost of
This
the
way,
opening
our
fight
weapons will
scene
never
from it the other
betray
day
us
on my
in the heat of
timeline.
battle.
Just got me
Yes,
thinking about
well
it.
said. It seems
Very
we have
good
the
show.
same philosophy on this topic.
Overly hated.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets
And this
I
is how
use,
Ayaka
I can
learns
still
to
give
dual
you some
wield her
pointers.
katana and muskets.
Good.
Need to rewatch it, but
I
the
look forward
English
to your
dub.
instruction.
I don't know about that.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon, or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy.
I don't want no Alec Baldwin incident on my watch, lady.
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm
Smart
so that it's
lady.
level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
I believe a lot of that stuff is like actual NRA
This
policy.
is the end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your
Like
body a
never
little.
ever pick up
That
a gun
way,
if you are
you'll
not
give your
prepared to
enemy
actually
less of a
shoot
target
something.
to work with. And relax your shoulders. Here, allow me to demonstrate. This is the end of the road for you.
I was gonna say how we have double Ericas.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
If only Venti were here, we'd have triple Ericas.
Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. All right, I understand.
That's the horse the Alec
Miss
Baldwin thing
Ayaka,
happened. The studio
Miss Chevres,
cheaped out.
could the two of
Those
you
laws
please
have labor
come
workers on it.
over
God,
here?
or didn't listen. Yeah.
What's going on? Are we gonna start filming?
Yeah. For the record, I apologize. I probably
Let's
should
go
have joked
see.
about that. That was very much a real life tragedy that should
What
not
is
have
it?
happened.
I have a question for you,
Pure
Miss
human
Chevres.
negligence on that one.
Would you be willing to play the role of a musketeer?
What?
I only joke to cope. I
To
promise.
clarify,
I'm
I would like to
harmless.
turn over
Mostly.
my role to Miss Chevres.
But brother,
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing.
She's much
I was
better at
becoming
holding a
troubled
gun than
trying
me.
to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries, and I've heard that the bureaucratic process here can get rather complicated.
Dude, don't leave. It's good to have you in a main plot that's not just bureaucracy for once. I'm sorry though, just the idea of this man. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't think I could believably use a gun as a weapon. And then just fucking black and white PTSD war flashbacks to auto shooting Fuhua. Back over in Hawkeye 3rd. Oh, Jesus.
Now I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
So what do you think? You don't need the director's permission to go use the bathroom. Ah, my mistake then. Yeah, so I was thinking the same thing, yeah. Like, when her design first leaked, over a year ago at this point, all the Fontaine characters did, I thought, I didn't care for her, she looked super over-designed. Now I think it's just her color palette. I think her hair's a little too saturated for the rest of her outfit being so red and saturated. But, But yeah, she does definitely feel more like a Star Rail character. Even then, she looks like human Pom Pom.
Are you really sure?
That's why her hair's purple instead of gray, or something that would blend with her outfit better. If her hair had been gray, she really would have just been a Pom Pom Gajinka.
From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship
he wants to
between
hang
the
out
two
with you, yeah,
Musketeers in
understandable.
the original story could be improved. The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character, but this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that
Malagor
aspect of the story might come through more clearly. Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality is exactly what we need for the older musketeer.
Of course, even with all these insights, the decision should still be made by Miss Chevreuse.
Chevreuse mentioned that she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
How about you let her answer instead of trying to speak for people, Paimon?
All right, I'll take the role.
Good. It's decided then. I'll get started on making edits to the script. We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the lighting, props, and costumes.
Costco, I've never been inside a Costco.
I have a feeling that our adaptation will be even better than the original story.
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevreuse. You have my gratitude.
Don't
Why are guns a thing? Guns have always been a thing. It's just that nobody uses them and they're not a weapon type.
Well, since my brother is the
Although
one who
I think
brought
this
up the
character
idea,
right here might still actually use it as
suppose
part of her
there's no need to
moveset.
worry. Let's go, Miss Chevreuse.
Which is
I look
weird, like if
forward
they're
to
gonna start
working
doing
with
that,
you.
you'd think they would just go ahead and
Please,
introduce a
just
new
call
weapon
me
type.
Chevreuse.
Like, I refuse to believe it'd be that difficult to add one. But yeah, I believe even though the gun's
Seems like
a
you're
pretty
really
big part of
going
her
out of your
moveset,
way to
she's
solve the problem
actually
I was having with your makeup.
Surely you
another
jest, Chiori.
lance user.
I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on.
Totally
you really think
no
I'd buy
ulterior
that?
motive.
According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time. I'm sure you have other reasons for backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the Traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends.
Aww.
I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side.
You still have more ulterior motive
I
than
would
that.
like to give her some space.
But that is
Alright,
that is a
come
nice
on,
sentiment.
spoil her some more.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down
Look, she's a
from the
good bee.
role.
She deserves to be
Paimon
spoiled.
really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
I wanted to see you be a common rider and use a gun again. And maybe this time even on somebody who deserves it. And not
No
poor
need to
Fuwa.
poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best candidate for the role.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
Yeah, totally. Let's see you zoom in, JC.
Yes, I've made an appointment to meet some
Japan
people
has
from the Palais
invaded
Mimonia.
France.
Now, I will have some more time to prepare.
Okay, truth be told, I just don't want to be seen with you people. My sister is one thing,
Paimon, get
but
the
there's a
clobber
fucking
board.
sugar gremlin who works with guns
To
professionally
your
over there.
positions.
I need out.
We're about to start shooting the first scene.
Go on now. And please take good care of Ayaka.
Yep, don't worry.
Count on us.
Thank you. I
There's
look
somebody
forward
good.
to seeing the
Think of
film
super
when
action
it's
games
finished.
besides Bayo, Dante, and Nero. I mean, like, that would
Alright.
stop them.
Now that we're all here,
Like, they've
let
already
me
done
help
that
set
plenty,
the
and there are
scene
plenty
for
I'm sure they
everyone.
still have left over from Honkai 3rd. With characters who use guns there.
The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the
But yeah,
Baron's
like, with the way
estate.
they've been handling characters' movesets lately, in my
They've
personal
been
opinion, there is no
ostracized
reason that,
and verbally
guns
abused by
and
others in
honestly,
the household,
gauntlets or fists as
but
well.
They still have no
Both of
idea
those
why.
should probably just be their own
They want
types
to
at this
capture
point.
how naive and innocent they are, despite their pain.
Yeah, Navia, I
Chevreuse
haven't
will
shown
be
her off at all,
playing
but
the role
Navia
of the
also
older
has, like, a lot of
sister,
gun stuff
Talik.
going on in her moveset.
And Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment. Silence on the set! Lights, camera, action!
Let's go!
How did she even do that? Her hands are too
Tulip,
tiny.
Mother's been out for quite a while now.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip! I'm home!
Oh, cameras have been a thing, Stu. Yeah, we've known that. Shit, does this matter?
Mother! You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, but
They
I'm
don't,
back
okay.
now.
I kinda figured
safe
they
and
don't.
sound. Here, I
But
brought
just
your
wanted to make
favorite
sure.
treat. Apple turnovers.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Zoom in for a close-up on Tulip. Zoom in for a close-up on the mother. The mother's hand, specifically.
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was
Hi,
working
Blanco.
yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this
The
morning.
technology of this world is
Then
not necessarily very
perhaps they're
consistent.
from when I accidentally tripped when I was out just now. By the way, did you have fun playing at home?
We have cameras and guns,
What's the matter, Iris?
but no TV.
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
Only matter in the
And
actual
they
minigame.
even
Okay.
called us names. They said we were...
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. Girls, listen to me. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No one can define you with such words. You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just like your names. You will both blossom like beautiful flowers. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet.
Might have
but
been kind of
one
cute if they
day,
put it in black and
You
white.
two will bloom more beautifully
Even though I
than
think we do have
anything
color
else.
cameras in this world.
Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty.
Or put some kind of filter grain
Understand?
over it.
My dear daughters.
And cut!
Not bad. The actor's emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time.
Tell her!
Oh,
Get her ass!
got it!
Drag her!
Great. I was a little worried that my nerves would get the better of me. What about you, Chevros?
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must have adapted the role nicely.
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film.
Paimon hate is
You should
real.
have
I'm
more
sorry.
confidence.
She's awful.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next scene after we try a few more camera angles.
If I could turn it off, I would. But she is genuinely that awful these days.
This scene is when our two characters
She's just written to
return
be as
home,
obnoxious and
only
dickish
to
as
discover
possible,
their
especially to
mother has been
Farina.
murdered. Ready? Lights! Camera! Action!
Mother, we're back! Mother?
Uh-oh.
What's wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? What's...
Oh.
Mother! Mother... She's...
There's poison in this cup.
I could have sworn I've seen this kind
Is
of
it that
cup
you want to eat
before.
her? Kind of. She'll give you diarrhea.
Those
She can't be good for you.
They didn't even try to cover up their actions. Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone, where can we even go?
Anywhere.
Also, look at them. Ever
All
since
I
they
know
actually
is
figured
that
out how to
we
make
can't stay
crying
in this
animations.
But
They've been doing good shit.
are we just going to let them get away with this?
We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just Not right now.
She's not a chicken, she's a turkey. Aww.
Come on, let's go.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her.
Which is better in taste,
That's
chicken
why
or turkey?
We went out in the first place.
They are honestly
To
pretty
buy her this
indistinguishable to
flower.
me.
All right.
Like, I can kind of tell the
Goodbye,
difference,
Mother.
but I don't think that either necessarily even
We'll
tastes
avenge
better than
you.
the other.
Someday.
I think turkey's considered like higher end or more expensive, but
Beautiful! Great
I've never seen that
performance.
much of a difference.
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka! And were those real tears I saw? How did you do it?
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the
Give
kind
them the
compliments.
Oscar. I'm sorry.
Actually,
Give them
as
the
soon as
Furina
Director
Award.
Furina said action, I told myself not to think about anything.
This is that one death from JoJo Part
I just
5.
felt the weight of the moment.
Shh, it's
And
fine.
became the character.
It's already a
It's
famous
quite
fictional
similar to
story in
practicing the art
universe.
of the sword.
That just
You
means that
clear
JoJo
your
is
mind
famous
and
in the
focus
Genshin world.
only on what's happening in front of you.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy? Pipe down, everyone! We need to move on to the next scene!
Huh? Are we done already? But Paimon wants to keep playing with the clapperboard.
Too fucking bad, Paimon.
How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Nah, I'm good.
Good work, you two.
You too, Chevres. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot! You have a case where the murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So, how are they similar exactly?
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge. And on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned. Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel. Seems like you're connecting the dots now.
Oh, that does sound pretty concerning. Especially after seeing the script today. Ooh, now Paimon can't stop wondering what kind of ulterior motive the murderer might have. What do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice. There's no time to lose. We should start investigating right away. Follow me.
Huh? Right now? But we just got done filming all day. Paimon's so tired.
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, you will pass right by them in the fog. That's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
What was the code? Fact is stranger than fiction? Yes. That is correct.
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
That's why that Will Ferrell movie is called Stranger Than Fiction. One of my favorite movies ever made. But yeah, no, like, look, yeah.
Feeling lucky?
Like, Navia also has guns. So why not just make guns a weapon? I don't know. She also has a cannon for her ult, yeah. I'm not gonna drop that in the middle of the city, but yeah. Like, easily could have just made gun a new weapon type, which would have made sense for her and for, Chevres.
Welcome to LeChaux's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Oh, that, no.
Huh? For firearms?
Not dubious this time.
No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Are you
Don't
sure?
misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than
the
on
what?
behalf of an
The who?
organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who
on.
buy components
Oh,
are
oh,
all regular
Corinne,
customers
yeah.
who buy in bulk on behalf
Yeah,
of their
she does.
organization.
Yeah, she has a gun too, or at least she did in that in a
that
couple of
so?
cutscenes.
I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yet I believe she's
You're welcome.
supposed to
It's
be
the least I
a
can
sword
do.
user. Don't quote me on that. I think that may be outdated information. I don't think we even know when she's gonna be playable. Just that she will be at some point, obviously. Yeah, no, she also totally used a gun in that very first Fontaine trailer that showed off a bunch of characters. Yeah, it really, like, thinking about it, I didn't really think about it until we started talking about it, but yeah, like, it totally feels like they meant to, like, have guns be a thing as of this region, but then just didn't. It's weird.
Oh, hey, Chevrolet. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some
Must
firearm
resist
components.
urge to make a Trails in the Sky reference.
Is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontanalia Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh? Why's that?
Because there's no profit!
Chlorine, the character you would pull for if you played
Genshin
Genshin. She's really cool. I dig her design too,
to make
yeah.
some new molds just for the
Hopefully
festival.
she'll be on the horizon
Then
after,
has anybody come specifically
the
looking for
Lantern, right, this
mechanical
year?
components?
Well,
There's not that much left. I mean, I guess there's the new girl, but she's probably just a 4-star.
I don't typically give them to
The only
one
other, like,
specific
Fontaine characters
person.
still not playable
I
are,
understand. Thanks for your
her
cooperation.
and,
Don't mention it.
Frappuccino,
Always happy to have the
if you wanna
Musketeers
count her.
patronage.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go off yet.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, let's head to Fliv Sandra next.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
It's okay, I have a clever disguise.
You
Takes
think
off eye
so,
patch.
huh? Then I guess you don't know
Huh? No what?
that I grew up in Fliv Sandra.
Oh, Siege Wind, that's right, I forgot about her, yeah. I admittedly forgot about her, yeah. I think there's also been a lot of back and forth over whether or not she's gonna be a 4 or 5 star. But yeah, we do still need her, I forgot. My bad. I hope she also uses a gun. You simp for Topaz and Clorind. Yeah, you think about it, and you don't simp for any character as bad as those two in Honkai, in Honkai 3rd, dang. Oh, speaking of Clorind. The Genshin goes well. Purple Pom Pom backstory. I'm down with Purple Pom Pom. Yeah, like I said, she grew on me really quick. I appreciate how authoritarian she is. It probably also helps that I'm a big fan of her voice actress. Hey, Neo. We changed some of the casting a little bit for our movie. We officially began filming, and we're also we're done for the day, so we're helping Purple Pom Pom with an investigation. Somebody is doing copycat killings based on the book we're making a movie out of. Close would be to Randall since you went full or bust for her
I'd
Halloween
like to ask
costume.
some questions.
Yeah. Understandable.
I don't
Dudu is
know
very
anything.
pretty.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anybody.
Oh my god, what is wrong with
You
your
say that
eyes?
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing a citizen?
Hey, if it works, it works. Keep your fucking mouth shut, Paimon, or you end up at the bottom of the ocean.
Seems you're different from the other guards.
Clayface somewhere, sure.
Have you heard anything related to Muskets in Fleuve Cendre lately? Anything at all?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud that it's been waking me up.
I know that.
Were they
sister.
gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere, it's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely happened after I fell asleep.
Do you know where the noises were coming from?
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that you don't remember, or that you need to think about it some more?
Or that you're lying? Bruh.
Then please, think about it some more.
Oh, this bitch.
She's giving her even more Mora!
I didn't see anything, and neither did you.
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway.
She needs money to fix her droopy eyes.
I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare get too close. That's all I know.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Like, I'm sorry, I know I know it's
de
supposed to be like you know, like, oh, she's tired or sad. Like, that's what they're going for.
No need to be surprised.
But like,
here,
it doesn't
remember?
look right. It just
I
makes
know
her
how to
eyes
get
look like they're
people
too
around
far
here to
apart from
talk.
each other. What's about the fruit?
My apologies. I'm all out of sweets. Though I do have some other tempting snacks in my custody. Fries, fried chicken, and even onion rings.
We'll hand it over,
Taking care
sis.
of junk food is my responsibility.
What the fuck?
You're better off sticking to your normal, nutritious diet.
What?
Now then, let's keep going.
Ow! She's magic! Oh, she's delightful. When's her banner up? 2 more days. Okay. Well, wait, hey, it'll get. Maybe I'll end up with some riding constellations, like I always wanted. I'd long since given up on that dream, but my luck's been so shit in this game lately. Who knows? The queen of snacks. Now I'm hungry. You and me both. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be, because I chowed on some fish tacos earlier when I first woke up. But I might have to find something else now.
Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon. Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up, these are obviously marks from musket bullets. In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Could it have been the killer?
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendre own guns, few hide the fact from others.
When I
and
went
even
to my
fewer would
my
go to
aunt's for
such lengths to hide
Thanksgiving,
markings from practice shots.
some of my cousins came over.
Anyway,
It's on a
let's
farm.
go.
They were practicing
There might be more to this.
practicing shooting in like the woods in the back, just like tried to shoot bottles off of chairs and whatnot. My uncle offered to let me use one and go with them. Offered to let me shoot some stuff, and I'm like, I'm good. I have had no training on that kind of shit whatsoever. I don't care that there's nothing around for miles. Like, I would not even want to, no matter how small the risk is, I would not dare attempt that kind of stuff. Having literally no experience. This would be a lot more professional if Paimon were not here. A lot of things in this game would if Paimon weren't here. Expel my thoughts about Starro. My luck here will be better. Fuck it, next time say yes for the experience, not go with trigger discipline. I don't know. That's the thing. I have never picked up a gun in my life. That's what I'm saying. I'd be terrified. Like I said, rule number 1 of the NRA: never ever never ever shoot at something you are not prepared to kill.
Please, just get on with your request.
And even if I'm shooting at inanimate
I want to know if you've
objects,
heard anybody talking about
like,
muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that
My uncle's
bandits
just
have been
a troll in
extremely
general, to
active
be
in the
fair.
countryside recently, and they've been affecting the
He's a
delivery
bad
of goods
influence.
to
He also always offers
I
me
can allocate
wine
some more
coolers,
manpower to help out with that
or like
problem.
ask if I want anything specific from
What
the
do you
liquor
say?
store.
You're still
And every
as
time I have
helpful
to
as
tell
ever.
him I'm good.
One of our
Thank
men
you.
got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's
Especially because helping you out should be fine.
just
Problem.
forgot where he put it, right?
Do airsoft guns
This
count?
is
Probably.
Sandra, my friend. Anything of value left in the
I
tavern
doubt
won't
the
ever make it to the
method
next
of
day.
shooting them is similar.
But
But
that
who
gun
knows?
turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
I didn't say anything
BB guns?
about a criminal.
In Floof Sandra, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the East Side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink.
This may
and
come as a
sits there with
shock.
a
I
nasty
was
look
not
in
the
his
outdoorsy
eyes.
type.
So, who was the one who lost the gun in the first place?
Eh,
I
don't
was
bother.
a little
Even
bit
if you asked,
back when
he
I
wouldn't
lived in
admit to
DC, but
owning a
even
gun to
then,
some
like
strangers.
not in that
Not
kind
to
of
mention
way.
the captain of the
Like
Special
just in the
Security
sense that we lived in a
Surveillance Patrol.
safe,
He's right.
pleasant neighborhood with
I
lots
know
of
you
other
grew
kids
up
my
with
age. So
shovels.
like we would always
Even though you're on good terms with the
like
Spina,
hang outside,
you've
play
still been gone
b-ball
too long.
at
Not
one of our
many people
neighbors'
know you
houses.
here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
One to
I'll
think
come and
having
go
actually
as
been
I
at Center Prop was a
please,
good idea because it
and
was
I'm afraid
apparently
I'll be
cheaper
appearing more often due to my work.
for some reason.
All right.
People
Don't
just got
say I
lazy.
didn't warn you.
Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for
Yeah,
today.
shoot some b-ball outside the school.
Feels like we managed to learn
Or
a
outside
lot
the
more
church.
here than up on the surface.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their
Fucking
timeline
Lobbyists.
was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket and took it to the Fleuve Sandra for target practice. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out
That's
the
a smart
murder.
way to go about it.
Once the deed was done,
Not
he
gonna
left
lie.
a rainbow rose on the body, just
Make
like
it
the
so they
scene
can't
in
trace the
novel.
weapon.
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
And do we have a motive? Who died exactly?
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Sandra. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man. Yeah, that's also
Gun
something I'm trying to
lobbyists
figure
versus
out.
Depression
If
Macaroni.
we are indeed following
Writing
the
it down.
novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies. He was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead. Much less care to leave a rose on his body. What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly? We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Not only that,
What
he
if he
lacks
has a
credible motive as
ninja
well.
maid who can do
He
a
has a
perfect
family of his own,
impersonation
and
of
both
him
of his
taking his
parents are
place
still
while he
alive.
went off to commit the murder?
I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then. In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
What
So
should
use
we
the
do
Lichtenstein
now?
Spice belt for an
We have all
Orga
this new
cosplay.
information, but
Got
it
belt for
doesn't help us
35
move
bucks. God damn
forward.
it.
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day.
People are much likely to be
How
gun
about this?
lobbyists. I'm not going
Let's
down
spend the
that
next
line
few
of
days
thought.
filming with the crew. We can continue
I
the
don't know.
investigation once we're done with the film. I'm sure that given
Probably
time,
at least
new leads will
half the
present
cast
themselves.
of Gundam Seed Destiny.
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say then?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
I feel like that's a thing that could apply more to Inazuma. I feel like they had a puzzle like that at some point. But what do I know?
What? Never thought that the captain of the Security and Surveillance Patrol could come from the Fleuve Cendre?
I'm sure that wasn't easy.
You mean rising through the ranks? It was a struggle, for sure. But as long as you can distinguish yourself through your accomplishments and skills, you'll eventually be recognized for your worth. If you look at it another way, my life at Fleuve Cendre has actually taught me a lot of valuable skills. Skills like how to barter with criminals or how to think in their shoes.
Looks pretty good, all things considered.
Of course, I'd appreciate it if you could keep this a secret between us.
Of course. Three acts left, yeah, not too bad. We're getting through this at a pretty decent pace. All things considered.
It's filming time again! Our schedule is jam-packed for the next couple of days, too. We've got so many different locations and sets to cover.
The Orga suit is awesome in general. Makes me very sad we'll never see it again, most likely. Or at least, well, we might see it once in a while for like movies and stuff. They need an extra suit. We just won't see the person who's supposed to be inside it ever again. Still very sad to think about that. Alright, let's see. I think I'm gonna take a quick break before we start Act 3. Grab me some OJ. I was gonna say coffee. Yeah, that's right, I have no coffee. Yeah, no replacing Kiba. Very, very good character. Very talented actor. Oh, stop yelling! Put that on so you people stop yelling at me in the background. It's not ambient, it's just loud. Alright. Be right back.
Can you hear the sound in the silence? Relentlessly striking through the walls. What's it gonna take to erase my sins? When I've done nothing wrong, I've done nothing wrong at all. I've said it all before, but don't be surprised when you see me come alive. When there's nothing in between us. I wanna tell for myself. I wanna die for a
And what's this song? That is Arknights! It's always Arknights. I believe this is, I forget the number. It's one of the contingency contract themes. Whatever the most recent one was. Every time. Thank you, Secret. Like I said, man, I don't know why Arknights goes so hard on its music. Almost every song I play of this feels like it should be getting lawyers at my doorstep. But nope. They just go that hard. Oh, Haruka. Alright. I forgot about Jimmy Ken being in the band for a second. He threw me off. I forget about him since we don't have the band at the start of the screen for the Loki fundraiser. He's supposed to come out this month. I haven't gotten any I don't think there's been any update on his exact release date yet. Yeah, no, nothing. Dang. He might get pushed back, I don't know. I kinda hope he does. He didn't really do anything. Jimmy Ken? Oh, no, yeah, he ended up not being nearly as major as a player as I thought he would. Like, we kind of fought, like, our, by the time I decided to add him to the band, that was, like, kind of his last appearance, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, to be fair, that game's plot escalated far beyond the scope of what I thought it would. There wasn't a lot of room for a quirky hacker musician with the route they ended up going. Let's go, girls! That's the other reason I'm mad Ayato's not also here. What's the opposite of a sausage fest? Weird that.
Good work, everyone. We're looking to wrap with our two main ladies today. I can already
Kitty
smell
fest.
our
There you
success.
go. Sure.
What do you mean, looking to rap? Oh, aren't you the expert now?
Yes. Yes, I am.
This upcoming scene is the two Musketeers' final confrontation with the Baron. There will be quite a bit of action, but no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed. Anyway, get ready. Lights, camera, action!
The view is beautiful tonight. It reminds me of that fateful night 10 years ago. And now that I've said it, I can even make out the faint fragrance of herbal tea.
Yeah, if you want to keep it
in
the food
air.
theme, I guess donut works.
Enough, villain! It's time that you pay for the death of our mother!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners? How can you speak like this to your own father?
I'd sooner swallow all of my teeth than call you father.
What did I expect? Seems the daughters have turned out to be just as obstinate as their foolish mother.
Bruh.
In this world, mora and status is everything. She thought she could blackmail me using her children and force me to grant her recognition and concessions? Ah, how naive can a woman be?
Sexism!
Mother never asked a single thing of you. All she wished was for us to live a peaceful life, just like the others.
It was you who personally brewed the poison of prejudice and sent Mother to her death. Compared to that deadly poison, the 2 bullets that will soon pierce through your heart will be like sweet mercy.
And that's exactly why I said you're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me? So let's see. What is stronger? Mora and power, or the 2 muskets in your hands?
I was saying that at the start, Neo. Yeah.
Get
yeah.
them!
If this event is...
There are too many of them!
If this event has proven
It'll
one
be
thing
okay.
to me...
We'll cover each other,
Oh,
Iris.
we can try the girl.
Mother will be watching over us too.
Yeah, the only thing that uses,
Sakura swirl!
The only thing
Whirling
that uses
snow.
her spear is her basic
Stop
attack.
right there!
Bruh! Gee, that's cool as hell.
You've lost.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, if there's one thing this event has demonstrated, it's that they really need to start, like, rolling out costumes a little faster. It's slightly awkward that only
no
Ayaka
children of yours.
gets her special little
We'll
French
never
outfit.
call that place our home.
Then tell me, what did you do all this for? You lost your mother, and will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences for your crimes?
We will gain our long-awaited justice.
You're gonna carry that weight.
It's over.
Finally, it's over. So, where will you go now, Tulip?
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were. What about you?
I want to go visit Mother's grave.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Huh? Tulip, look!
What is it?
It's Mother's favorite. The rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Even I didn't expect the scene to go so well. And we got it in a single take. All right, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and Iris.
Congratulations, Ayaka and Chevres!
Thank
Amazing.
you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly.
The power duo of the double
I wish I
Ericas.
could savor the experience for just a bit longer.
Paimon totally understands. Paimon's not ready to say goodbye to the clapperboard either. Filming has really been a lot of fun. You were great too, Chevres. The way you said, long-awaited justice. It gave Paimon chills.
Nobody asked you,
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room the first few times I read it.
Whoa, Paimon would have never guessed you're that type.
Who doesn't like stories where the
Maybe
guilty
she
are
is a little
punished
like
and
Fischl
justice
after all.
prevails over evil? Don't forget, I'm the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Captain, I have something urgent to report.
Ruh-roh.
Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
The woman with the droopy eyes in the underground has been murdered!
Oh? Was she whisked away by work already? I was just about to tell her how great she did.
Aww.
It seemed like some urgent official business.
Then perhaps we should thank the stars that we were able to wrap both of your parts so quickly today. Switching around the filming schedule would have been a real pain. Anyway, I actually came over to let everyone know that we're all done for today. You can go home and get some rest. And one last thing, Miss Ayaka. Your acting skills today were immaculate as always. Are you sure you won't consider taking up full-time acting?
Aw.
See, I just happen to know this great troupe that's still looking for a lead actress.
Thank you for your kind words, Director Farina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters that I have to take care of back home at the Yashiro Commission. I cannot remain in Fontaine to pursue an acting career. Nevertheless, I will make sure to treasure this incredible opportunity in my heart.
Oh, that's a shame. But I understand. Just let me know if you ever change your mind.
I believe it's also about time for me to take my leave. But hopefully I'll see you on set over the next few days. Even though my part's wrapped, I'd still like to swing by and help out the crew. See you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
Yep, see you tomorrow! Well, what should we do next? Maybe we'll go investigate the case some more with Shivers today.
Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Huh? Where are we going?
You could say that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those small, remote islands of intel.
Uh-huh. If there is one downside to doing all these events in one shot instead of waiting for the time gating, it's that I can't take advantage of the new broken-ass commission system, where you can complete commissions just by doing quests. Or mini-games. But, oh well. I didn't have the time! I did. But, I'm sorry, Yakuza was more important.
Paimon's exhausted. Paimon definitely didn't expect having to float this far after a full day of filming.
Yeah, it's so exhausting having to float, I'm sure.
Why did you take us here?
Try walking then, Fivehead.
Affirmative. It wasn't anything conclusive, but it should show us a clear way forward. Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Oh, you mean that famous perfumer?
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past to resolve some difficult cases.
Is it
After
not
I discovered
Amelie?
the rainbow rose at the scene
Like
of the
that
murder,
French movie about
I
the
sent
ghost
it to her.
girl?
After all, she's probably the foremost expert on flowers and scents in all of Fontaine.
Secret, get out of my teapot!
And then?
I am
There was
kidding.
nothing remarkable about the flower or the trace amounts of soil left on it. But according to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare cultivar.
Huh. Paimon didn't know that there were different varieties of rainbow rose. Paimon just thought they grew everywhere in the wild.
Flowers that are deliberately cultivated will always show some different features from those that bloom in the wild.
I still need to
We
make a new
already knew that
teapot.
the rose
The
left at the
Fontaine
scene belonged
layout.
to a special cultivar. But
Came
with
out,
Emily's
came out this
expertise,
patch, but I haven't
we
really
were
messed
able to
with it.
pinpoint the place where it was first picked from.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. So whoever first planted that rainbow rose was probably the killer.
Precisely. And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, we discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific cultivar.
Really? And who is it?
It's the novelist.
Bruh.
Didn't you say he had an alibi?
Does he actually have a ninja-made body double?
To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger. However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
Kai says.
So you mean the next place we need to go
Is
is...
disguised an everyday object like the phones in the five
Yes.
shot?
We're going to pay him a visit at his home.
Yeah, I think that's correct, actually. It symbolizes that Kaisa gives no shits about what other people think. Smart symbolism.
That should be his house.
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
According to what he told me last time we spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
Oh, well then I owe an apology. I killed
So
those
there
things
are
on
a
a
lot
daily
of
basis at
flowers
one
in his
point to buy
garden,
for
but
materials for someone.
Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without alerting the
I think
Gardamex.
Risley may have needed them to level up or something.
Right. Which is exactly why I think there has to be a special connection between him and the killer.
So, should we knock?
Just wait here for now. I'd like to take care of a number of those Gardamex first.
But they're so far away. How are you planning to do that?
Don't forget, Paimon, I'm actually the real-life captain of the Musketeers.
Girl! Oh, actually. Okay. I guess we're aiming for the head. Or maybe we have to shoot them twice, I don't know.
All clear. Let's go.
Wait! Paimon's a little nervous now that we know he could be the killer.
Then don't come with us!
Can we go over our plan of action again?
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in
that's
the
like
clear,
actually one of the
I'll ask
other
him to
mini
come
games
with
that I'm
us
gonna
for a
have to do
quick
off
round
screen.
of questioning at the guard's headquarters.
Bigger enemies take two shots.
Can't we
Alright.
just arrest him?
We still have no evidence that he's the killer, or that he lent the killer any direct
Bigger
aid.
ones might need 3 at some point.
Still,
Okay.
It would be appreciated
one's
if you
also
could pick a rainbow rose from his garden for me while I'm talking
I'm actually
to
looking
him.
forward to doing these
It'll
minigames
help the
tonight.
Marashose Phantom confirm Emily's theory.
Sure, no problem. Just be careful, Chevras.
Yeah, I am curious how this event works out if you're not caught up on the main story, I will say, because I think you can do it without being caught up. I believe Pump mentioned he was doing it. But I don't know for sure.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste, are you home?
Who could it be at this hour?
Oh, it's you, Officer Chevras.
Would you mind accompanying me to the guard's headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to ask you some questions about a case.
Oh, is it still regarding the murder
His
case
name's
from before?
Baptiste, and we were talking
cannot
about a
confirm or
perfumer at
deny
some
that
point
at this
earlier. I'm getting
time.
scared.
So it is then.
Please
Listen,
don't turn into perfume.
I need you to come with me, Mr. Baptiste.
Miss Chevras, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either. It's not time for them to bloom yet.
Oh! Okay.
By saving me the trouble, you mean...
I will confess. I was the killer.
Huh?
I don't believe you.
He just admitted he's guilty!
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
Yes, I am perfectly aware of that.
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Oh? Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
But why, though?
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge. I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters a long time ago. But that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face. After all, he was the one who killed my mother.
Your mother is still healthy and well.
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphanage's records.
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him.
So, your novel, it was like a record of your life?
No, of course not. It was a work of fiction with many embellished parts. But I am indeed the
Am I doing the event where I can
son
get the new
of a
sailing? No, I
wealthy
haven't started
and
it yet.
influential man
I assume I can do that off
who
screen, right?
abused his power to murder my mother.
That's a
That
rerun.
part
Those
was
have never had voice acting or
100%
anything.
real.
I'm pretty sure.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
He was a hired assassin, an irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
Okay,
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
I'm simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything and don't want to shoulder this burden anymore. You may have considered me too soft to pull
This
the
guy's
trigger.
getting a little too real.
Well, as it turns out, you are exactly right. I've become overwhelmed by the aftermath of the murder.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge, just like that?
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me. I've accepted that I will never be able to avenge my mother alone.
And so what? The characters in your book never gave up.
Now, Officer Shavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you trying to convince me to commit another crime?
It really does sound
What's your
like
father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of all of your claims?
Well, I'd like to speak with you privately.
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the guard's headquarters?
No, it has to be here. I must ensure that we won't be overheard.
Fine. Let's talk here.
When I said won't be overheard, I meant by anyone.
Yeah, get out of
I
here,
would like to
Paimon.
speak with you and you alone.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Please stay safe, Chevres.
All right. Let's hear it.
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
Well, that depends on what you're going to tell me.
I was gonna say, depends on what you say, Fivehead.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then listen closely.
Hail Hydra.
So that's how it's all connected.
So, it seems you believe me after all.
Do you want me to go public with this?
No, of course not. At least, not right now.
Then why did you bother telling me?
You've read my work. What do you think? Even if you were to go public with all of this right now, he'd simply deny everything. It's been too long. Almost 20
The statute
years.
of limitations has expired.
Anything that could be used as evidence has long faded away. Even if there might have been a solitary island of truth once upon a time, it has long sunk beneath the waves.
The truth has become shrouded in
Justice
fog.
will never find him.
Not if you don't
No,
try.
wrong name.
I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice. But do you really think a cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extremely comfortable life in the fortress of Meripede.
What are you trying to say?
I've been observing you from a distance. Your portrayal of the musketeer was exquisite. Pull the trigger of justice against him. Let the villain get what he deserves.
I'm not
You
gonna
want
kill
me
a
to let
second
you
man
go
for
so
you.
you may complete your revenge?
No,
Or that.
Officer Shavras. I know that would be impossible. No.
Oh,
What I'd like
no, he
is for
Bruh.
you to perform the deed on my behalf.
Dude, no.
Oh, Chevres, camera sure is taking her time. What could they be talking about anyway?
Shut up, Paimon.
Paimon's worried. What if he decided to attack her?
She has a gun.
Oh, you do have a point. Still, do you have any idea who the rich person might be? And why the novelist doesn't want us to hear what he's saying to Chevreuse?
Sorry to keep you waiting, you two.
Hey, how did your talk go?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was indeed buried in his backyard.
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the rich guy?
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the Special Patrol. There are still a few loose ends I need to tie up. I'll probably be quite busy over the next few days, so apologies if you don't see me on set.
All right, Paimon understands if you can't tell us everything you know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
This quest is still actually 3 acts long. 2 acts long. Also, I forgot that the quest name was literally made a reference to the fog, too. My Persona 4 reference was not as out of place as I thought. The following morning. Fine. Be pedantic. Almost there, I believe you think it's
like that night at Baptiste's place.
Thank you, Secret.
Well, guess there's no point in worrying about
Yeah,
it
this
now.
has been perfectly fine for the
Let's go
record.
join up with the others.
Like, this has actually been really enjoyable, even with some of the NPCs, it being not even that heavy on NPCs. Just a couple of lengthy conversations with them, but nothing too crazy. Like I said, I wasn't putting this off because I hate the game again or whatever. Granted, I will fully admit I am kind of back in the phase I was before Fontaine. Or, like, it's been feeling like kind of a chore to log in and do stuff, but, yeah, I didn't put this off so long out of hatred or apathy or whatever. I was genuinely just having that much of a fun time with Yakuza. And so was, heavily leaning towards wanting to play more of that. Yeah, it's 50-50.
Good morning! Ayaka and I were just talking
Even more than
about
that,
you.
I'd say like 70,
Is
70 like 75,
still
25
not
in favor of
joining
the
us today?
actual characters.
Probably not.
It's been fine.
We haven't seen her either.
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Farina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire thing. She even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine in front of the camera.
So happy.
We were also planning on having a
What
victory
is generic
feast once
NPC
we're all
thinking?
finished filming.
No.
You can join us, right?
If only Chevreuse was here. I still haven't taken a photo with her.
I'm afraid that can't be helped. Those special patrol folks are like phantoms when they've got a case on their hands.
But to be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer in the murder case was none other than the author of the 2 Musketeers.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. He came forward and confessed his crimes, but gave no explanation as to why he pulled the trigger. We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception of our work?
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film. I have to say, though, that no director can be perfectly comfortable with garnering attention through means other than artistic skill.
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director on our posters.
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has,
Sunk to an all-time low?
spread to the 4 corners of Teyvat.
Yes.
Excuse me, everyone.
Xavier! Feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
Thank God for
I've
that.
been talking non-stop with the Film Association, and I'm absolutely swamped trying to coordinate the film's marketing. So forgive me for not being
Having a
around
cast
more
of
often.
losers,
But
yes.
please believe me when I say that I will make sure everyone's hard work gets the exposure
True
it deserves.
Oh, seems like you've been fighting your own battles.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Oh, and before
Those
we
are
begin
indeed
the
the two-
final
those are
round
indeed two of the best
filming,
games.
Please allow me to finally introduce you to the original investor of our film, Mr.
I
Morris.
may even end up liking 7 better than 0, depending on how
a pleasure to meet you all.
how the end game shakes up.
Yes, glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris. We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial situation, and genuinely hope that things have taken a turn for the better.
Oh, well, the situation
Morris,
has
no.
indeed improved somewhat.
Don't worry,
I miss
Mr. Morris.
Angel.
Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. There's no need to blame yourself over it. The good news is that we're almost done filming now, and I would even say that this is the best story I've ever seen.
Is that so? I see, that's great news.
All right, now that we've gotten all the pleasantries out of the way, let's get this show on the road. We'll mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environmental ambiance in some parts of the film. Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspectives on the fates of the 2 musketeers.
That's right.
The druid.
Ayato should be here any minute.
What's the druid?
Excellent! Then let's start with the scenery shots. Camera and clapper loader, you're up.
Yep, we'll be ready.
The Hell Demon
Remember,
Fire guy.
all we need are some wide zoom
Voiced by
shots
Patrick
of the
Seitz.
streets. If you happen to find some particularly lovely patches of flowers and grass,
And Joe,
feel free
yeah,
to grab
yeah.
some close-ups of those as well.
You know, D&D enough to know
Ready?
for what a druid is, but maybe.
Camera! Action!
Surprised Matt Mercer isn't in this game, give it time.
Okay, now move the camera slowly. Try
Maybe
to
they can actually
focus
cast
on
him as a
that
character who's
flower.
appropriate for him, and not Majima.
What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit. Something the matter?
Camera's broken.
Huh? But wasn't it working fine for all the days before? Veronique, can we try a different camera?
No problem. How about this one?
All right, let's give it another try.
But it was
Lights,
from Persona.
camera, action!
Loud noises!
Don't tell me. This one is
Kaiji
broken
tag, yo.
too?
Kaiji tag in this game would be raw.
Do we have any other spare ones we can use?
How about
I'm
we just
afraid we
collab?
only brought these 2 today.
Why don't we just have a collab and get Ichiban in here as a playable
Find
character?
a workshop to get them repaired right away. Oh, and you too, Bono. Go find our spare camera in the warehouse and bring it back to the set.
On it.
Give him this
Greetings,
baseball
everyone.
bat.
My apologies for the delay. Is something the matter, Ayaka?
It seems like there are some issues with the filming equipment today. We're stuck for the moment.
I see.
How do I find his performance easy? He's fantastic.
Well, let's not just stand here twiddling our thumbs. Actors, to
It
the
is
makeup
it is
booth.
very possibly
We'll
the best
start on
performance
the
I've
next
ever heard from
scene
him.
as soon as we get a working camera.
And I've heard him in quite a bit and enjoyed him in quite a bit, but like he has gone through the
people at the workshop
the full
told me
spectrum
that
of
the part which
emotions
holds the lens in place seemed
and
to
done
have
it with flying
fallen
colors
off.
pretty much every time.
That's super strange. It was perfectly fine just yesterday.
Well, no time to dwell on that now. Let's get back to filming. Ahem! Quiet on set! Places, everyone! Lights! Camera! Action!
By the way, have you heard about that recent murder case?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah, I still have
It
to
seems that they've caused quite the
Kiryu at
commotion
some
in the
point.
city.
I heard that the chief of the guards is so mad about not catching the culprit that he's about to explode.
Oh? I find that quite hard to imagine, considering how he already looks most days.
Director, we have a problem.
Oh, we're in the middle of a take! Couldn't you wait until we wrapped up this scene?
No, Director, our film, all the finalized film that we've been keeping in the case has disappeared.
Bruh.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
Oh my god.
Mr. Bonneau, please take me to where the film was kept right away.
I'm coming too. No, Yoimiya, you have to stay here. Oh. Okay, listen up. Everyone who's not working on this current scene can go with Bonneau to look
Like
for
the other girls
film.
assigned Yoimiya? Oh, she's
Everyone
adorable.
else, stay put and wrap up the scene. Unbelievable. How could all
I've
these
always liked her
problems
look.
happen in just one day?
Someone's addled. I don't blame her.
We're back.
How did it go? Did you find the film?
We found it in the sewers.
Huh?
Bruh.
In the sewers? Is the film still okay?
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it. The others are checking now to see if we lost any specific scenes.
You scared me for a moment there. I nearly thought we had lost everything. I really don't want to experience that feeling of despair again.
Okay, but who could have stolen the film and dumped it there?
Could it be some competitors working on other films?
But if
My
they
first
want
thought
to
was
harass us,
Chevrolet, but I don't know what the point of that would be.
Okay, we don't have time to really look into it right now. Let's strike while the iron is still hot and wrap this thing up once and for all.
Yeah, let's finish it.
I would like to officially announce that our entry to the festival, The Two Musketeers, has now concluded filming!
Woo!
Paimon is spent.
We're gonna win those hot
so
dogs.
late already.
Even though the filming process proved to be extremely challenging, everyone provided valuable and unique contributions to the final product. Thank you all for your dedication and support.
And just like Director Farina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all of you. Really, you've all helped me so much. I just...
All right. Let's save the awards speech for later, and hopefully also get
I'd like
some
to thank the
rehearsal
Academy.
in before
Oh
the real
god,
thing.
she's as bad as Can.
Now,
Gladian, thank you for the follow.
Celebration feast so loud and fun that even the blubber beast will want in.
She really gave him the wrap up.
Paimon wants to party!
Shut up, Paimon.
Whoa, this place is hopping. Everyone's finally getting to relax after wrapping up the film. Let's go check.
Have you ever seen a fireworks show, Mr. Morris? It's pretty amazing.
I'm afraid I haven't, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm not talking to you. Talk to the symbols.
Hey, Ayato! How's your work been going?
Everything went rather smoothly. Thank you for your concern.
Ayato told me that we've already confirmed the dates for some Inazuma Fontaine cultural exchange events. So the next time we visit, we'll be doing so in our capacities as the representatives of the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, that's great! Then maybe Paimon will be able to find Fontaine detective novels in Inazuma from now on. Oh, wait. Wouldn't Yaimiko get upset if that happens? That would be stealing some of her business.
She'll be fine.
You've got a point. She's always complaining that light novels have become bland and too predictable after all.
The cultural exchange won't only feature literatures of both nations, of course. We have also made plans for cross-cultural engagements in the fields of gourmet cuisine, toy making, and artisan craftsmanship.
Whoa! Paimon's getting super excited now!
Yeah, we're gonna start selling
When the
Gundams
time
in France.
comes, be sure to visit and participate in all the events.
Be sure to log in every day and collect all the rewards, and keep supporting the hit game Genshin Impact.
Oh, my darling clapper loader and camera operator. You've both worked really hard.
Paimon thinks you worked even harder than us. Honestly, Paimon was getting a little tired of playing with the clapperboard by the end of it. Worst of all, Paimon started having dreams of you shouting, "Lights, camera, action!" into Paimon's ears. The actual dream can't even start until you've yelled that.
Hey, if anything, shouldn't I be more grand and delightful than your dreams? We've been through so much together, and that's how your brain remembers me?
That's not Paimon's fault. We've just used the clapperboard too much lately.
Anyway, what's most important is that we wrapped the film. I'm pretty confident that we'll take first prize. Hey, no need to mention the official name.
Would you rather me call it the hot dog?
If we did win the prize,
I'll call
would
it the hot
Furina
dog.
just get a statue of herself?
Come on, I don't need that kind of attention.
A golden statue
Sophia
the
can
same
accept
size
the
as
award
you.
on our behalf.
But just imagine!
Foreshadowing for the Yakuza collab.
Accepting the Furina award and holding
God, I just
a
realized
Furina
that's another reason why the business management
Going
storyline
back
like
to
fell
my
so flat at the
now.
end. We didn't even get a gold
You all
statue.
can keep discussing that on your own.
Hey, come on, man. How they missed the obvious. Yeah, the Yongyi clip in the live stream chat. I'll watch it at the end of the stream if it's not too late.
Hey, you two.
Just want to keep going ham on this to make sure this gets done.
Social occasions?
Not particularly. But this is still better than Fontaine Fashion Week.
But if this film becomes a big hit, people will definitely come flocking to your shop.
PC version. Oh my god,
Yes,
buddy boy
that's
mod.
highly likely.
Yo.
As long as the film
The
can premiere
vision.
as planned.
Are you still worried about the case?
That and all the obstacles we had to face today.
You're right. It's as if all our bad luck just manifested at once.
But why today of all days?
Final Act is like 10 to 15 minutes at most. Okay.
No. No, it's nothing. We've already delivered the film to the editors, so there should be nothing more to worry about.
How are you doing, Mr. Morris? You having a good time?
Well, you could say that. Do you happen to know when the party is scheduled to end?
More sus.
Judging by how much fun everyone's having, I'd say probably not until well after midnight. Is there something that you still have to take care of at home, Mr. Morris?
Oh, well, I'm just not a late night person, so I might take off shortly.
Sus.
Oh no! Silly me. I almost forgot something super important.
Oh, what is it?
I prepared a whole batch of fireworks for the party, but I forgot to bring them over from the warehouse.
Fireworks, you say? Well, that's truly a pity. Sorry things didn't go as planned.
Could you help me carry them over, Mr. Morris? I won't be able to fetch all of them by myself.
Me? Are you sure that you can't find anyone else?
I just wanted to make this a surprise for everyone. The warehouse isn't far from here. We'll be there in no time. Pretty please, Mr. Morris. These are some of the best fireworks I've ever made. So I also want you to see them before you leave. They're stunning. I promise that they'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience
What
that
is
you'll
her
never
plan?
forget.
But...
It's okay. Just come with me. If we're sneaky enough, nobody else will see us leaving.
All right.
The warehouse is right over here.
You can't say no to the
Fireworks
girl.
there in advance, so
She's
it
too
shouldn't
cute.
be too much work bringing them back.
It's still a ways away from the party.
Sorry about that, Mr. Morris. It's probably because I'm used to carrying fireworks all the time, so it doesn't feel like a lot of work to me.
And one that gives Ichi that haircut. Oh no. Oh, that's curse. No. No.
It's dark in here. Wait here,
Ruh-roh.
Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that?
Who's
there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know, Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your assassin to the end to save the children she had hidden beneath the floorboards.
Bruh.
That is Eliza's pendant. The one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake. It has to be. There's no way.
No way your assassin didn't destroy it, you mean?
Jesus Christ.
Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Eliza to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She'd force my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell. I'm Captain Shovraz of the Special Patrol. Morris, you're under arrest for Eliza's murder.
Huh?
Fucking music. Fuck you! You're on candid camera!
You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique. Or perhaps I should call you the Second Musketeer.
Wait, what's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Jesus Christ, the budget
Drop
on
the
that
gun,
one.
Veronique.
Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heartless monster?
Drop your weapon. This is my final warning.
What is going on?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris?
Stu,
Everything
you-
that took
you-
place
Stu, you
just
should
now
go
was
back and watch
staged
that
to get you to
cutscene right
confess
now.
the truth. But this last
Oh, you
part is
spent
all
their Christmas
improv,
money
of
very
course.
well. That was fucking raw. Even knowing it was gonna be staged or some shit.
You told us you wanted us to help you stage a play. You never said anything about the Second Musketeer.
It's because even I had no way to confirm my theory until now. Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? They should be on standby just outside. Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us. We'll be rejoining them shortly.
On it.
MVP. Not sure what the point of her having to pretend to be dead
So
was.
what do you think, Morris?
But hey, it was
Care
raw.
to talk about what happened 20 years ago? My patience is limited, you know. Don't force me to take you back to the interrogation room. I'd wager that you wouldn't last for more than a minute in there. With the recording we made, you have no chance of winning in court. Cooperating with us now is the most practical move.
All right. I'll talk. I hired an assassin to murder Elisa. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. She was very beautiful, and after some time I fell for her. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but it wasn't long before she became pregnant. And if my parents ever found out, they would have stripped me of my inheritance and status, driven me out of my home. I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnancy to term. She even asked me to leave my family and travel far, far away with her.
She believed that you were truly in love with her.
I didn't have a choice. I gave her a large sum of mora.
Abortion is apparently canon in the Genshin universe. Good God, didn't we just... I was gonna say, where am I seeing this? We just had this scenario yesterday.
And she even asked if I could
We
find some time
just
to
had
visit
this
them.
in Yakuza. With fucking young Joe.
2 children? Paimon thought Baptiste was the only...
No, they said children under the cupboards. During her whole
Even if she
spiel.
had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely. Why kill her?
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family. So if anyone were
And
to
then
find
she
out
dropped
about
the baby
Lisa,
in a
my
coin
life would be
locker.
completely ruined. I
Oh,
didn't have
God.
a choice.
No. You always had a choice. You just made the wrong choice. Again.
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed right in front of you? My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden
Guns,
beneath the
movies, cameras,
floorboards,
and abortion.
grasping each other's
Makes this
hands
sketch.
like a lifeline.
Canonically.
We were so terrified that we didn't even know we could ever take a breath. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then collapse to the floor. Even after the assassin left, we were still too terrified to leave our hiding spot. We thought that he might come back. It was only until the next evening when we finally climbed out and gathered around our mother. But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
Real
You
fathers
made
of
up
the
your
year
mind right
lately.
then and there to
We
bring
got a
this
trend
case to
going.
light.
Between
Not only
this, Yakuza, and Code
We
Geass,
resolved to get our revenge.
we got the Bad Dad
And
Royal
that's
Flush.
why you became the Musketeers.
No, that's why I became a musketeer. The man from before was also killed by me. My brother had nothing to do with it.
I figured.
I figured as much.
You
He had to be covering for
I
someone.
once
He
told
was
these
way
two
too
that
chill.
he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night also rubbed me the wrong way. I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of regret in him?
Huh?
He confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met, but he didn't say a single word about you. He insisted that he was the sole perpetrator in the case. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard, put it in front of him, and told him to reassemble
Joe
it.
Charles and this
Wanna guess how
asshole.
far he got?
What a pair. What a crew.
He had no idea where to even start. He's never touched a gun in his life. Based on that, I determined that he was not acting alone. He only surrendered himself to draw our attention and create a moment of opportunity for his partner. So, I decided to play along. And as expected, the second musketeer followed us without hesitation once she saw Morris get separated from the rest of the cast. Besides, why else would he call the novel The Two Musketeers?
But how did you know it was Veronique?
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding. After all, he has a vested interest in minimizing the reach of this story. It's really just the same thing as what he did to Eliza all those years ago.
Human scum.
But then Xavier pulled out all the stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that. With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And so he came to visit the set today, just as I expected.
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps today?
As for the identity of the second musketeer, I assumed they'd probably stay close to Morris and look for an opening. And if they already knew that Morris was the film's investor, then that narrowed the list of potential suspects as well. Furthermore, being the props manager would allow the culprit to avoid scrutiny by purchasing mechanical parts in the name of the crew. With that
You were right at the
hypothesis in
moment the
mind,
two girls holding guns
I
and
went
Paimon
back to
in the
check
middle.
Baptiste's orphanage adoption records. Guess whose name
Yeah,
I saw on the
if
same
you have the
page,
time, Stu,
just
I
a
would
few
recommend actually
lines
going
from
back and
his.
watching the entire cutscene from when they walk in the shed.
My brother.
Because it was actually
He
insanely
trusted
well
you.
animated and choreographed for this game.
As in, he trusted me to perform the deed on his behalf?
He trusted you to stand on the side of justice.
I am.
I thought you could do it as well. Oh, the look on your face when you told him to go to hell. I really thought you'd put a bullet in his brain. You know what he has done. Are you telling me that you'd rather see him spend the rest of his life living like a king in the fortress of Maripede? I will never be able to forget the feeling of my mother's cold, lifeless hands. And you would call this ending fair? Is this what you call justice?
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate when your brother first told me about the truth. I wondered. I agonized over whether I should really put a bullet in his head.
So why don't you?
Because that should never be how justice is carried out in this world. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply
How long is this event?
reciprocated.
Not too
An
much
eye
longer,
for an
I don't
eye,
think.
and a life for a life. But everyone has their own understanding of
There's
justice.
two. This
if
is
everyone
the
were to
second
pursue
last
their own
act.
definition of it, there would be
It
no
seems
more
to be winding
order
down
in
to
this
the last
world.
act. It's only like 10 minutes
Today,
long, apparently.
you'll kill Morris, and tomorrow, his children may come for you. The world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will only lead to a cycle of revenge, as well as the destruction of order and civilized society. Fontaine is founded on a set of laws and a standardized code of justice. That is why we are the nation of justice. But with all that said, I will promise you this. Morris will not lead a cushy life in the fortress of Maripede.
Chevreuse? The rest of the special patrol is here.
Chevreuse is fucking goated.
Thank you so much,
Genuinely.
Linnea. Letelier, Terena.
All she has to do is put
Please
it good
take
with
them away.
Rio, exactly. Yeah, we can make sure his life in there is hell.
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
I know.
Justice has not been delivered. At least, not today.
Chevreuse.
Let's go. We should give an explanation to the crew.
You doing all right, buddy? You made the right call. Revenge bad.
Thank you for your concern. I'm fine. I'm just thinking about the things in life that have driven people to take justice into their own hands.
Who would have thought Morris would turn out to be... I'm at a loss of words. How could he have done something like this?
I'm just glad that you're all safe and sound. Who knew that such a labyrinth of cases would be behind this story?
Well, what should we do now? We have a finished film, of course, but should we still go ahead with the premiere?
What do you mean? Shouldn't you be even more motivated to spread the word now that you've learned the truth?
Chiori is right. I'd also like more people to see this story for themselves.
But the real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from the one in the script. Is that still acceptable to you, Miss Chevreuse?
The call is yours. We still have time to reshoot an ending if that's what you'd like.
No, it's fine as is. I like what we have for the catharsis. Romanticism is what gives works of art their appeal.
Chiori's
Fiction
fast
is able
fun,
to explore
but
means of restitution that
I
could
don't
never
think I like
work
her
in real
design
life.
at all.
Just like the real world, the world of stories
just a
also has its
little
own set
too
of
bland.
rules and justice. These different possibilities are what initially drew me to reading in the first place.
Sounds good to me. I support your decision.
What about Veronique? Will she be okay?
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris. If I had to guess, they'll probably all be sent to the fortress of Maripede.
All right, you can see that Snotzy
I'll
almost
make
killed
sure
an
to give
innocent
Risley
woman.
a heads up
Yeah.
about it.
You orphaned 2 kids
you
in
mean
submission.
that kind
yeah.
of heads up?
Exactly.
And you made us go into 18 takes.
Yeah! Then the matter's settled.
Now it's payback
Now
time.
that everything's been taken care of, there's no reason for us to keep looking all gloomy and grumpy. Let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. We'll be starting the post-production process tomorrow.
Also, good God, her.
You
I'm
should
sorry.
join us, Shavras.
Tiori,
You missed
her
the first
shoes
few
piss me
hours
off.
of the party, didn't you?
All right. Count me in.
Her shoes are not only
I'll
physically
wait for you over
impossible,
there.
but even if they
There's
were
still some
somehow
good news
capable
that I'd
of,
like to
of
share with
functioning like
Chevras.
that would hurt
Traveler,
like hell.
Paimon, could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go
All
on a
that
brief
pressure
walk
on
with
your
the two of
tippy
you.
toes, no support in the back. That is terrible. I'll see you then.
Thank you very much.
I don't know who designed those shoes, but I just want to talk. Oh wow, they're playing the card game. Everyone's favorite.
Sorry for the wait.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all. Is there something else you wanted to tell us?
No, I don't have anything new to share. I just felt that since you were my investigation partners, I should have another conversation with the two of you. Traveler, how would you have responded
What's
to
worse,
that
her
priest's request
shoes
if
or
you were in
Team
my
Star's
shoes?
Fire Girl? Oh, Fire Girl. Would it help to get his revenge? I don't know. I would have done the same thing. I'm not gonna. If I ever got driven that far to the like, it's one thing to kill somebody because they did something to me personally. It's another thing to do it for somebody else. Even being the equivalent of a cop or whatever. Justice, you did
Is
good.
that so? Well, thanks for sharing. When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. We'd come rain or shine, even when it was freezing cold. He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could never give up before reaching the shore, especially when the water was cold.
Oh? Why's that?
Because the moment you give up would be the moment you die. At that point, I still hadn't received my vision. One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin, and the seawater was so frigid that it numbed my toes the moment I stepped in. I cried and begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol as well. You could say it was his way of educating his children.
That sounds awful.
Sounds dangerously
When he
close to
saw
abuse.
that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up and tossed me into the icy water.
Bruh!
The bone-chilling cold took away my senses. I couldn't feel anything but fear and rage. I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I realized that if I were to give up, I really would die right then and there. I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father. Those few minutes felt longer than my whole life up until that point. I did, however, make it to the other side. I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that. Nor have I ever
What is
cried
with
again.
all the dickhead
That
dads
way of teaching
lately?
would have never worked on Paimon.
Why does
Yeah,
this
I don't
always
think
happen?
that was the right method for anyone.
There's always a theme.
It's just that, working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still sometimes feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again. The anger.
Yeah,
and
like,
the
I get it.
helplessness.
Tough love, you want her to be a cop
Shivers.
too, sink or swim. But, like, she could have died of
The worse I
hypothermia.
feel, the more I know to
His
never
name
give
was
up.
Joe Sawashiro.
The alternative would be to forever lose myself among the waves. Anyway, how about a race? Neither of us will drown, but we can
That
still
could
see
have
who
permanently
swims faster.
damaged her lungs and made her end up in a wheelchair, and then ran for governor. What?
You guys go ahead. Paimon will grab the clapperboard to mark the start of the race.
Out of my way, duck!
Oh, that felt good.
Doesn't matter who wins, I figured.
You are so fast in the water, Chevres. You are swimming even faster than Paimon can fly. So, about the Special Patrol, did you join because of your dad?
No, I hated that fucker.
Partly, but I'd say I was more inspired by the heroes I read about in stories growing up.
Oh, so it's due to your love of stories.
Of course, it was only after I joined the Special Patrol that I learned that truth is often stranger than fiction. Come on, let's walk a bit
she said
more.
the thing. We were talking about that earlier.
To be honest, I do sometimes question whether the decisions I make are the right ones. But I know that no matter what, I must keep swimming. Because the only thing I've got my eyes on is the shore
Star
and
of
the
the
distance.
She really was. She's fucking great. I am absolutely gonna attempt to get her. I don't know how well it's gonna work out because I'm kind of broke. I did fully intended to go full save mode, especially with me skipping the lantern, right? Not pulling for knockoff Bayonetta or what have you. But I gotta try. I gotta try now. She's delightful.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me. I feel a lot better after getting all that off my chest.
Anytime.
Huh. We're nearly back at Baptiste's house.
Huh. You're right. I didn't realize we were so close.
He really did plant a lot of flowers. It's just like how he described it in the story.
Huh? Wait. Paimon, Traveler, look! The rainbow roses in the garden. They're in full
You know when
bloom
you
now.
like it's a rerun. Hey. Now we can pick them and kill them. Just like Kana McFire Emblem. Wait, 2 days later. Noted.
Even though it's a bit late, I must thank you for investigating this case with me.
Just wait till she's the standard banner.
Not on behalf of the Special Patrol this time. It's a personal expression of gratitude from yours truly.
About your family.
Oh, you want to hear more about my father?
A 4-star
To be
skin
honest,
selector for the
I
lantern
didn't
ride?
spend
That'd be
that much
neat.
time with him. He was always busy with the Special Patrol, so he would often return home really late
Get the
at night.
Ayaka one without
Some
spending
nights
40
he
bucks
didn't come
on
home
it,
at
or
all.
whatever it was.
Once, he didn't come home for a long time, maybe a whole week or so. And when I went out to buy food, I learned that he had become a criminal, and by extension, that made me a criminal's daughter. But we can talk about that another day. I actually have a lot of sympathy for Veronique and Baptiste. I can understand the hatred they feel for their father. But that doesn't mean I'll allow them to walk the path of evil, even if it might lead to another sense of justice.
I'm good at my schedule now. Yeah, Eula had a rerun relatively recently, and she tends to take a while to get more. So you might be waiting a while, Blanco, I hate to say.
Films are different from the real world. They're a form of art and represent the wishes in people's hearts.
If I don't get her, I
adore
don't
the
get her.
Two Musketeers,
But I
and I'm
gotta
very
try.
happy
She's
to
cool.
have had the opportunity to act the role as one. I can't wait to catch the film when it premieres in the Opera House. I'm looking forward to seeing the audience's reaction to the climactic
And like
ending.
I said, I don't plan on rolling for anything during the lantern rite, so I'll have time up to save up again, whether I get her or not.
Thank you for looking out for me. I'll see you at the award ceremony. I'd be very surprised if we don't win.
Yeah, she Eula had her last rerun 4 patches ago. And I believe the last time it took a while for her to get one, it was like something ridiculous, like 10 patches or something. I don't know. At least you'll be guaranteed to have enough when she shows up. You'll also get to meet her in story way before then, yeah? That shouldn't take as long. But yeah, there was a rumor a while back about them starting triple rerun banners. I feel like that's necessary at this point with how many there are. So that stuff like that doesn't happen with her taking so long to come back. Albedo also, yeah, Albedo's about to break a new record, I think. I'd have to look at my graph, but after the Lantern Rite patch, it will have been 12 patches he's gone without a rerun. Alright, let's finish this up. Forgot he existed, JC? Oof. Can't wait to get gaming. His animations are awesome. I hate the way they localized his name, but I don't really know how to feel about the character. I'm kind of sick of new characters getting added to China and very few getting added to other countries. But hey. Albedo is the character I got 3 times, yes. Thank you for reminding me. You hear that? That's the sound of me screaming internally. He's free. Yeah, he should be selectable. Yeah. The Lantern Rite always... I mean, maybe they could change it up this year, but traditionally the Lantern Rite has always given you that free 4-star selector for one character from Liyue. And as long as the character is in the game by the time that happens, so long as he's not in the second half of the patch or whatever, he should be selectable.
Xavier, it's been a while.
Hey there, you two. Sorry I've been scarce. I've been buried in marketing and preparing the film for release ever since we wrapped post-production.
Yeah, Albedo is one of the few characters, limited characters I have constellations on.
Paimon wonders if we'll win the Farina Award.
I'd give it a 90% chance.
Farina! Oh, Paimon didn't know
Gaming?
you were here.
He's a gamer. He's gaming.
I'm sure the others
That's
will
how they
also
spelled
be
his
here in
name.
no time.
That's how I'm gonna say it.
Xavier,
It's supposed to be.
If we end up getting called on stage, shouldn't you come up with a name
It's
for
very,
our
very
group?
obviously supposed to be Ga Ming, and it's like a traditional, I believe Cantonese name, something like that. I forget the exact country of origin of the name. Like, it is a proper name, but there's supposed to be a space in between the Ga and the Ming. They didn't do that for some reason for the English localization. So his name is Gaming, and that's what I'm gonna call him, because it's fucking funny.
What? But we don't even know if we're
Is
going
Mona
to
worth
win.
getting? If you
I
can.
wouldn't want to jinx our
It's hard to
chances
get her
by
since she's a
celebrating
standard
early.
banner character, and you have to lose a coin flip or get lucky, but she's very good.
Open your eyes! Surely you've seen
Especially
the
if you have
audience's
C6
reactions to
of
our
her.
film. We've had nothing but critical acclaim. You've also had conversations with the Opera House's operating staff, right? Didn't they want to increase the number of showings? With the mora you've made from the box office, you can now open your very own film company.
But that's all credit to my amazing crew. You've all helped to make this a reality, so I can't be the only one asked to come up with a name.
Well, give it some thought. I'm sure the
I am
crew will
90%
respect your
sure
choice.
that Tao and Jin and stuff like that are not supposed to be family names. But either way.
All right, but before that, Traveler and Paimon, could I trouble you to quickly pay a visit
I saw
to the
plenty of people
Fortress of
commenting on this when it
Meripede?
got revealed because everybody was making fun of him. There is supposed to be something there.
Stay for the awards
Either a space or a hyphen.
I wanted to ask you two to invite Shavraz to join us
Something
in the
to
ceremony.
distinguish that it's not
She's
all
one
one
of the
word.
lead roles, after all. I haven't been able to find her recently, so I haven't had the chance to invite her personally. According to the papers, the culprits of the Musket murder case will be personally escorted
I know
today
China
by
puts the
the
surname in
captain
front,
of
but
the
I'm
Special
saying
Patrol
I still don't
to
think
the
that's what their names
Fortress
are
of
supposed to be by
Meripede.
having spaces.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yep, just wait here, Xavier, and maybe try to come up with a few snappy-sounding names.
All right, then I'll leave you to it.
God, JC, I'm so sorry. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear in life right now is getting C7 Mona. I've gotten very lucky. I got her maxed out pretty early in the grand scheme of things. Because she just would not leave me alone, and have not seen her since. And I hope it stays that way. Only limited character with Constellations of Wanderer because he came home twice with one temple. Yo, Daz, that's awesome. He's super fun. He's still one of my favorite characters to play as. Yeah, I got, yeah, we got, where is he? Where even is he? Did I pass him? He's so non-distinct. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, I got that because of the incident and I was stupid. That because he came home in the same temple as my first copy of Jean. And, I forget how I got C1 Miko. I think I was just pulling for a 4-star and she came home early. I forget who it was. Someone. Oh, she's way far away. How's jail treating you, Mr. Morris? Was it the 4-star Wind Puncher Hazo? Maybe it was Hazo. I
This
can't
is as
remember.
far as I'll be taking them. I'll leave the 3 of them to you now.
Got another errand to run?
Something like that.
Let me look at the
I'm
graph. Maybe I
expected
can
at a
figure it out
party.
based on that.
Now that's something you don't hear every day. Found a new pastime?
No, it's just a special occasion.
Shavras! Risley!
Festivals really do bring people together. It's been a while since I last had so many visitors at the
Oh,
Fortress
I think it was
of Meripede.
Layla, actually.
Call it the festival spirit, I guess.
I remember
Yeah,
it was when
you
she
could say
reran
that.
alongside Child.
Even our head nurse has gotten
And I see
herself
that's
all
also
worked
when
up
Layla
preparing
first dropped,
super
yeah.
deluxe
It was probably for
nutritious
Layla.
shakes. Just one gulp and you'll have met all your nutrition needs.
Were you talking about work just now?
We've already
Also,
finished
hi,
discussing everything.
Claude.
So, what do you think about my heads up, Mr. Risley?
I believe I haven't yet made any promises or guarantees.
But you also didn't shoot me down.
I'm just saying.
How about this?
Maybe
you could
pissing
give
his
everyone
breakfast
a copy
every
of
day.
the newspaper. Perhaps on the day when the cover story
Surprised I didn't
happens
get
to,
another child. I
oh,
would
don't
have
know,
if I
expose
thought that I
certain
would actually get
someone's
something that
misdeeds from
early.
20 years ago?
If I thought that I would
suppose
actually
then a
get that
certain
lucky, I would have
someone
gone
may
for
soon
Child
find
C1
himself
instead.
The most unlucky person in the Fortress of Meripede?
While
Significantly more helpful than
be hailed
Miko's.
as heroes.
Speaking of heroes, did you two need something from me?
Oh, actually, we're here for...
You're here to invite me to the party, right?
I
Don't
still would like
worry, I
C1
didn't
Kazuha
forget.
at some point, and C2
Then
Raiden.
let's hit that right away!
And as many copies of Karina as I can get, but
Festival!
And the
I
same
ain't
to
rich
you.
enough for that. Who knows, if I'm pulling for Chevrolet, she's gonna be on Raiden's banner. Maybe it'll finally happen. Bye, Claude. Oh, I should have talked to him again. I usually have a little bit of extra stuff to say shit. Oh, that's my bad. Oh, we're okay. I was gonna say I always forget how to get the hell out of here. Just teleport. This place is hell.
And the winner of the Farina Award for the first Fontanalia Film Festival is... the Two Musketeers!
Yeah! Yo, that poster, though. Oh, that'd be a kick-ass wallpaper.
Congratulations, Mr. Xavier.
We won? I can't believe it! I really can't thank all of you enough!
See? My takes on Fontaine's entertainment industry have never been wrong.
Never doubted you for a second,
Please
Queen.
welcome to the stage the producer of the Two Musketeers, Mr. Xavier!
How dope was it? Maybe they'll show it again. Keep an eye on the stage behind this lady.
Thank you! Thank you all so much for your recognition and support. While I'm up here, I would love to give special thanks to...
Time really flies, huh?
It certainly feels that way. It feels like it was only yesterday when you were teaching me to hold a musket.
Will you come back to Fontaine again?
Of course. I'm very fond of this city. There are so many novel and interesting things that it's been hard to keep track of them all. But how about you? Would you be interested in visiting Inazuma?
I can't say the thought has crossed my mind before, but I'd be willing to consider it now.
I will be eagerly awaiting your visit. It would be wonderful if you could visit my home and enjoy a taste of our tea and desserts.
Oh no, she's flirting.
Yeah, let's keep in touch.
We're gonna have to take
Did you
Ayaka off
accomplish
the
all you
For
came
You
here for?
list.
Yes. And you should visit Inazuma again sometime.
How has Ogura and her business been?
To my knowledge, she's doing quite well.
Tell her I said hi.
I certainly will.
I heard
Just
the
in time for tea
thunderstorm
time.
has stopped.
Yes, and the war has also been brought to an end.
Ayaka has two
Peace
two
and
hands.
prosperity
Fair,
has
fair.
returned to the islands.
I quite like the sound of that. Perfect for hanging textiles out to dry.
I'd like to offer my thanks again to the entire cast and crew. Without you, I would have never completed this film, much less had the opportunity to be standing on this stage.
Okay, wrap it up.
With the support of my entire crew, I would like to officially announce our film company, Musketeer Pictures.
We will not be like the Game Awards. Or can, apparently.
That has a really nice ring to it.
Then in that case, let's
I
please
can't get over
welcome
that.
all
That's
the
insane
members
to
of
me.
Musketeer Pictures onto the stage for a commemorative
Like, the Game Awards is
photo.
a clown show. I expect it from them.
Paimon
But
didn't know
can
you'd
is
also be
supposed to be
taking
a
pictures.
legitimate thing.
Director Farina, I believe you
Them playing
are the
people
most
off with
deserving
circus
person
music.
to raise this trophy.
It's actually fucked.
No. There's no need. It's so embarrassing.
It's an honor the director deserves.
This
Yes,
is why you
I
have
agree.
separate categories, and not just one for overall best picture.
Just accept that you're not getting out of this.
You will own
Ready,
a golden
everyone?
statue of yourself and you will like it.
3, 2, 1.
Musketeer Pictures!
Yo! That's a dope-ass photo. Give me that. Aww. Yeah, shame I don't think it'll quite fit as a thumbnail. Oh, we get to keep the picture! Kino. Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll fit as a thumbnail. Might be a little too wide, but... Alright. Very, very, very good event.
Miss Yoimiya, we haven't had the chance to talk, but please accept my thanks for everything you've done over the past few days.
Oh, but I feel like I
Good,
didn't do
mostly
anything
minimal use of
extraordinary.
NPCs. Good development
I'm
for the
very
new character.
grateful for your
Chevrolet is
assistance during
awesome.
that special performance in the warehouse. It was
Fiorina is
always
still the
going to be
greatest character in the
somewhat risky
game.
to engage and draw away Morris all on your own. You're only a civilian and have never been trained to act in such a dangerous situation.
They couldn't
Don't
say no to
it
her.
like that. As the director's assistant, it was my duty to help out the crew however I could. It was an honor to help you solve the case. I have to
I
admit,
asked one of the
though,
cafes in the
my
city,
heart
you
was
see.
thumping super
Yeah, I was gonna
hard
say,
the
it's a
entire
shame you
time
didn't get to
I was
do
laying
more.
On the ground. I was scared that everyone would notice.
The only negative is the new girl
You did
shoes.
great.
Oh,
Those are
and
so
before I
bad.
forget, if you ever visit Inazuma, please come and pay a visit to Naganohara Fireworks. I'll make some fireworks for you. I even know what shape we'd make.
I'm guessing a musket.
How did you know? Telling you now would ruin the surprise. If you really want to see it, just come and visit me.
NPCs should say NPCs we will never recover from Nilu. I mean, that's the thing. They will never not be NPCs. So yeah, like giving them such high focus in certain quests, like Nilu's, it's like, okay, either they're bland and we don't care because they're just NPCs and you can't do all that much with them in terms of emoting or animation, or we somehow do care in spite of those limitations, and then we're just left with the knowledge that, oh, okay, that person was cool. We'll never see them again because they're an NPC and they're not going to be playable. It's just pointless. Ooh, Fiorina.
Lady Farina, please allow me to take just one more photo of you. I would also love to get your autograph, just as a memento of our time together on the crew.
Hey, I've had enough of the camera flashes from when we were all up on stage.
Again, PTSD.
But, Lady Farina, you are the best director I've ever met. The most photogenic maiden in all of Fontaine. This kind of lively and celebratory setting is exactly where you shine. Come, the brightest
shit,
star
not me
of
to
our
skip that.
land. Show us your light.
Please
the
stop.
camera is waiting to sing praises of your beauty.
Please leave her.
Well, I'm flattered, but... All right. I'll humor you and try a few more different
Oh, she actually
poses.
did a little flourish.
But
That's
I don't have
adorable.
to hold the trophy, right?
Of course. You may pose however you like. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. By the heavens, my luck has been beyond belief. I'm having a hard time coming to terms with it now. Oh.
Calm down, man. Also, here's the poster. We apparently get a copy of it for our teapot. Yeah, can't really get it. Trust me, it's cool. Which cafe is the lad? And if I can't find it, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. The place literally called a cafe, maybe? That's my only guess. Hey.
Oh, I didn't expect to meet you here. Thanks to you, the film was successfully completed and the Yashiro Commission secured a collaboration project with the Palais Mermonia. If another opportunity was to arise in the future, perhaps I should take on the chance to act as the protagonist.
Or the
Or
antagonist.
perhaps you think the role of villain would fit me better.
They know! They know what they're doing! You can paint his hair blue all you want! If it looks like an auto and it talks like an auto, it's an I-auto! I'm damaged. What you drinking?
I've been told that this is a
How's your
beverage
boba?
called Fanta. I quite like its unique taste. The slogan, a font of
Barrels of
refreshment,
Dimitri
is rather
noises.
catchy as well. I'm starting to wonder if I could incorporate it into our cultural exchange initiative.
Watch
would
while
happen
we
if
take
were
away
to add some
precious screen
sprigs of
time from
mint
character
into
quests
Fanta?
without warning.
I believe this
And
is an
PC's got
idea
the
worth
7.
testing.
You,
Or perhaps we could even take it one step further
wanna fight
and
a
mix in an
monkey
equal amount of milk
with
tea
a
medley.
crane?
But for some reason, I suspect that experiment wouldn't turn out well.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you for the well wishes. I will take good care of Ayaka and Yoimiya. I would like to wish you safe travels on your next journey as well.
Alright, unless somebody knows where Ayaka is. Or Chevers and Yomi. Where I forget, somebody else was up there. I already forgot who. But I guess that's about it. But yeah, very, very, very good event. I regret not doing it earlier, both because it genuinely was very good, and also, like I said, it would have saved me some nonsense. I'm running out of stuff to do for commissions in favor of doing that's not doing the actual commissions. I never want to have to do any of this shit again. So the quest, so doing the mini games a little bit per day would have been helpful, but whatever. It is what it is. It's fine. Did I do this? I did. Again, I've been, like I said, like on the cusp of feeling about this game the way I was before Fontaine, where it's just kind of a chore to log in. I didn't even do these trial runs last patch, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Liar villain's always so much hotter than good guys. That's how they get you. That's how they still make you root for the villain, or want to see them. Even though they make the main characters suffer or whatever. It's all part of the master plan. Also, we ended just in time for tea! Alright. Glad I could get that done. Very, very good. Like I said, I will now pull for Chevres against all better logic. Hopefully she'll be nicer than the last couple of patches have been to me. In terms of, I mean, my 4-star luck's been alright. She's just a 4-star. Maybe she'll play nice. Just those 3 in a row 5-star coin flips really weird on my soul. Best quote for this game: you're spending money to do chores, exactly. Morale most certainly improved? Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed that. That was cute. I'm still sad about the stuff from yesterday. I'm still sad that I had to miss out on hanging out with my, my little sister. I genuinely feel very bad about that. Hopefully I can arrange something else for, sometime later this week. But we got stuff done. I accomplished an objective, and that's always good. Alright. I guess I am going to not turn in early for the night. Take a break, refill my beverages, yada yada. Stretch my legs, and I guess go ahead and watch some early Code Geass in Discord. Tomorrow is Sunday, yes, yeah. Yep, nothing tomorrow. We'll be doing, the start of, Book 3, Fire, whatever you want to call it, of, Avatar. And then on Monday, we'll be starting, the Persona 5 anime. I'm sure that will end well. Will we see more orange? Yes, we will. What was my other thought? Nothing. Oh yeah, then Tuesday probably more Final Fantasy VIII. God help Ian on that one. But we'll be back on unless I do, like I said, reschedule to hang out with my my family at some point this weekend. This week. Should be back to Like a Dragon on Wednesday. I'm really sad in retrospect. I let my bad mood get the better of my my logic. I really regret leaving off of that game where I did. I left off right at the end of the chapter, so I can't grind or anything or do the arena. So it's gonna be heck to get through the Yang Yi clip. I could watch that real quick, I suppose. Sure. Let me just do my sign off real quick though. Thank you all very much for joining me. Special thanks to Fusion, Ninja, Go-Kart to your patrons, Room. If you want to help support Furina being the GOAT, check out links in the description. Love you guys. Nighty night.